Everyone in poker knows what it means. There is no need for explanation. The significance cannot be overstated. It is a time reserved for a select few. A moment to savor, to reflect, to bring your best. Here at the World Series of Poker Main Event, it is Day 7. L'Arc de Triomphe, Vegas style, welcomes everyone to the 2022 main event presented by the official WSOP free poker app. Day 7 upon us, and with that comes pressure, intensity, Norman Chat, Lon McCarron, and just 35 players. First place, very much a reality for all. A whopping $10 million. And the man with the most chips right there, 39-year-old Jeff Farnes.
I ran into Jeff at JCPenney 3 months ago, and he told me he'd be Day 7 chip leader at the main event. I thought he was an idiot.
The only woman left in the game, Efthymia Litsou, 43-year-old exec from Larchmont, New York.
I ran into Effie at the Larchmont Yacht Club 3 months ago, and she told me she'd be the last woman standing. I thought she was an idiot.
Leaderboard brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. Farnes on top, Brian Kemp $3 million behind, 47-year-old Karim Rebei in fourth.
And who is this Espen Jorstad? If his name was CBS Sportsnet Jorstad, we would have featured him already.
There's a guy everyone's going to be watching. 2020 champ Damian Salas still in the game, making the transition from lawyer to poker player look easy, and mostly savoring the community aspect of the game.
Bueno, la verdad que es una de las cosas hermosas que tiene el póker, ¿no? Que a uno le da la posibilidad de conocer mucha gente, de conocer distintas culturas y con eso, en fin, enriquecer nuestras vidas. Así que me encanta esa faceta como, digamos, cosmopolita que tiene el póker.
Well, poker has brought Salas our eternal respect and very fashionable shirts.
Damian, big blind, looks at pocket sevens. Adam Demersseman opened with ace-king offsuit and a bigger stack.
All in.
It's all in. Demersseman makes the call, and Salas at risk once again.
Salas trying to become the first two-time main event champion since Johnny Chan in 1988. Demersseman, 37-year-old Las Vegas pro. I think he's trying to hide from someone.
Run twice so you guys can chop.
Demersseman's got a Rick Salmon vibe, no?
Yeah, I think so. All right, there's the flop.
Oh, wow, why would I even say that?
Diamonds. Neither holds a diamond. Salas still good with the sevens.
Still going to be hard to chop this one. Plus, Salas needs a double up. He's under 20 big blinds.
3 a diamond.
Ooh, another diamond. Damian's still good. Adds a straight draw.
Oh my God, could be the chop.
3 gives him a higher straight. Yeah.
Demersseman needs an ace or a king to knock out Damian Salas.
Diamond.
Chop it up.
Salas does survive, but that's not what he wanted.
That's it.
Who said that hand won't chop with that hand?
Good time.
It's almost something like that.
I said it pre-flop. I was like, it's going to be hard to chop this one.
Did you scramble the deck there, dealer of the decade?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice start, eh? Nice call.
Exciting.
That chop just feels like kissing your sister-in-law on Groundhog Day.
Even worse, the big blind. Damian lost $75K in that hand. Next door at table B, 2 others, stacks of 30 million plus sitting elbow to elbow. The Iceman, Brian Kemp, schooled in Vegas, lives down under.
He looks like he's making the final table. Book it.
And to his right, Karim Rebei, raised in Morocco, lives in Dubai, excitable and runs good.
He looks like he wants new Chuckles the Clown.
Kemp is folded under the gun. Rebei is in the big blind. Action on Aaron Mermelstein in the red half with pocket sixes. Florida pro. Above average stack, way above average skills, and a raise to 600K. Marco Johnson, 2-time bracelet winner on the button. Pocket fives, all in for over $3.5 million.
A tough spot for Johnson, 12 bigs with a small pair. Helmuth would have folded it. The all-in is reasonable.
3.575.
David Diaz and Rebei folded. Mermelstein asking for a count. And calls.
Mermelstein was once the chip leader. Yeah, and I was once tall and handsome. Things change.
Buried. 5s or 6s. 5s. Should have folded.
The two-time bracelet winner beating himself up. That's fine with me. Hardly anyone else can ever beat him up.
Mermelstein has him pipped. One of my favorite poker sayings, by the way, Norm.
Pipped?
Yeah,
Pipped.
pipped. No 5, but Marco might be thinking chop.
Johnson, a terrific mixed game player. He makes a bad decision like once every 13 horse tournaments.
It's not a good card.
Not a good card.
I guess I could fold 12 bigs. I don't know.
Johnson's got to have a 5.
Another deuce. Johnson's out.
Take it. Yeah, nice playing with you. Yep, good luck. Yep. Yeah, sure, good game, man. Good luck, everyone.
Marco Johnson, one tough opponent, out in 35th.
Not planning about that.
I thought a 5 was coming because you had the suits covered. I was like, this is where.
There is a single main event table remaining in the field. In the black hoodie in seat 1, Adrian Attenborough with a big stack and King Jack, considering the all-in of Sir Levy, who shoved his last 19 bigs with Jack 10. And there is the call.
So the 22-year-old Israeli pro, the youngest player left at the main event, at risk. Attenborough, 28, just moved to Las Vegas before COVID-19 hit.
Levy dominated by Attenborough. Here's the flop. Ace 5-5. Levy still in need.
They await the fate of the turn.
Tray of spades. Big stack Attenborough looking to get even stronger here.
They await the fate of the river. Only a 10 would save Levy.
River card is the 10. He hits the 3-outer for the double up through Attenborough.
Ooh. Wow, Levy sits there like he expected it, and Attenborough sits there and just absorbs it.
Yeah, he lost $6 million, but still with a strong stack. Levy with new life after a buzzer-beating double up. Day 7 rolls on from the Las Vegas Strip, a field of 86-63 on day 1. Now, just 34 remain inside Bally's Event Center. 4 chips in play, the newest, the orange chip, worth $1 million. Perhaps the hand of the tournament so far involved Karim Rebei in the red right there. He was the victim of a 6-bet with just ace-high, courtesy of Alejandro Lococo. 17 minutes ago, the flop came out, and 5 raises later, Lococo all in, Rebei in the tank. There is a fold finally from Rebei.
I love that hand. I love Lococo showing it. I love that Rebei is still in the main event, and Lococo is battle rapping somewhere without me.
Rebei on the button here. Aaron Mermelstein in middle position, race is 600,000 with 9-8 suited.
Rebei on your left is like a horde of mosquitoes stuck in your car on a long drive to visit Lon.
Karim, 3 bets with ace-5 of diamonds. Now Brian Kim has queens.
Kim, high-stakes cash game player, now lives in Australia with his fiancée, but comes to Las Vegas and LA a lot, probably for the frequent flyer points.
And a cold 4-bet to $5.25 million.
Yeah, that 4-bet should shed the shoe clerks and crumb bums.
That includes big blind Andres Jacqueline.
All right, I guess I'm out of this one.
And he is. Back to Rebei.
Rebei says, I hope my playing style is disturbing for the other players. What a lot of players have forgotten, there are 52 cards in the deck. I play 52 cards.
Rebei not going anywhere.
$8,500,000.
Wow, a 5-bet to $9.25 million.
$9,250,000 for the men race.
Do you have me covered?
I cover you. But we have almost the same style. How much did you start with?
33.
Oh no, you cover me like 1.5 million.
Thank you.
Good news for you.
We talked about this earlier in the main event with Zilong Zhang. How do you play against someone who will 5-bet with ace-5?
And there is the call for 4 million more as the pot swells to almost 20 million. Big gulp from Rebei, but he runs so good. All right, here's the flop. No ace, 1 diamond for Rebei.
Well, good flop for Kim. Pretty much squat douche for Rebei.
Checked to Rebei. Kim letting Rebei do his aggro thing. And he's going to do it.
If I may quote Gloria Estefan, whatever it is your heart desires, go for it. It's yours to have. Karim Rebei is a Gloria Estefan fan. No quit in him. He's never out of a hand.
6.5 million.
500,000.
Kim thinking, I don't need this today. Not on day 7.
This is a big pot. We are, we both have a lot of chips. You're a very strong player, so I have a tough decision. Where are you from?
What do you want to know? You
Where
want
are
to know
from?
my cards?
Yeah, I don't know you, man. I was too busy sleeping. I didn't get to have a research on you.
I think I didn't sleep very well, so I'm doing nothing. I'm playing bad.
Wow. All right, sir, very good bet. Very nice hand. Sorry it took so long.
Wow, a fold!
What do you think I am?
I don't know.
Il y a la télé, c'est pareil.
You could show. You could show.
You want to see?
I want to see. Yeah.
Well, sorry. So, no, let me. You want to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pay. or maybe you can pay a subscription on PokerGo and you will see the end. Nice hand, bros.
Are they paying this guy?
I feel like that was a very bad fold now. Very bad fold now.
I'm not sure.
For sure bad fold.
So pay it.
Too early.
Don't son.
Kim with a great read post hand.
Brian Kim showing a little sweat for the first time in the main event. Back to the kiddie table in the event center, Hinterlands. Norwegian pro Espen Jorstad and his cast of 31 million chips uses 6 million of them to call the all-in from Jonathan Rosa, who turns over pocket tens.
Jorstad, 34-year-old Norwegian bracelet winner living in London. Rosa, 31-year-old Fort Lauderdale pro.
And he hits queens up on the end. Jorstad gets the knockout and gets to stack over 39 million chips. Rosa out in 34th.
Boy, Rosa takes that beat in stride.
Espen Jorstad got it in after pairing his 7 and then hit the winner on the river. To table C, Imran Bojani, our favorite show your hand early dancing poker player, on his feet with pocket tens all in. But Kamal, Bitar, and Seat 9 has him double pipped Norman with jacks. Here's the flop. Oh, a straight draw for both. Bitar's jacks still good.
Bojani, all he wants to do is dance. Bitar, a baccarat professional from Paraguay.
Third card now. Another 7. Bojani still has 6 outs, but they changed to 10s and 6s. River card. Another 8. Bojani cannot improve his hand, but he will improve his bankroll to the tune of 262 grand.
I mean, what's going on? No bust-out dance from Bojani? Come on!
Yeah, he came, he danced, he survived until he didn't. Nice run, Imran. Go have a blowout birthday party tomorrow. Imran Bojani easily won this year's main event dance-off, and that's how you're supposed to react to big river cards and big pots, right? But he ran his 10s into jacks, and he didn't have any reason to dance. And right now, the 33rd place finisher is with Kara Scott.
We've lost Imran from one of the outer tables. Imran, when you have a chance to really think about this and go back over it in your mind, are you going to be really proud of this incredible run on your first time ever playing the main event?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, this has been extremely overwhelming experience for me. I did not expect what I was walking into when I actually started the tournament. I've never ever played a structure like this. I mean, this is poker at its best. It just can't get better. The key part here is to be grinding this every single day for 12 hours is you need to have extremely strong mental game. And yeah, and I've learned a lot throughout this 6 days.
We're going to miss seeing you dancing at the table. Thank you so much for talking to us. Imran is out of the main event on day 7.
Table B, Cameron Blazevich under the ball cap.
Jason Club's still good.
Brian Kim called him with ace-king.
Every year, Caesars allows 3 players to enter on day 7 to see if anyone notices. Well, I'm noticing Cameron Blazevich. Can't slip this guy by me.
He is gone now. We don't have to worry about him. Ace-king holds up for Brian Kim.
Blazevich, I'm told, is an Austin, Texas cash game grinder. I'm going to have my people check on that.
32nd place, $262K, his first World Series of Poker cash. No folding there for Brian Kim. An $8 million chip boost to his stack.
Yeah, he's bounced back nicely from getting bluffed off those queens by Rebei.
Tournament summary brought to you by Zenni. Eyewear for everyone. Average stack, 16.7 million right now. Back to the main featured table. Matt Hsu sharing a similarity with many current poker pros as he calls himself a recovering lawyer.
You know, I actually went to law school and I was supposed to be a lawyer. And then I discovered I was pretty good at poker. I decided just to stop doing anything law related and just playing. And that's, you know, worked out really well for me. Despite the success, I never expected to make a deep run in the main, you know. My friends really made fun of me because my tournament results were really bad. You know, and I started to believe that I was bad at tournaments for a while, but hopefully I can get lucky.
He stopped practicing law 8 years ago. That's usually a long enough detox period to reconnect with being a person.
He's in the big blind with 10-9 facing a raise from the cutoff in the name of Adam Demersseman. And his bucket hat, he's got ace-10. Hsu made the call. Heads up. Similar stacks, 2 hands looking for partners.
Check.
Potential for Hsu. He's got a gut shot. Demersseman with not a made hand, but the best hand.
He says he got his start in poker by driving to Binions from Colorado in 2004 with a fake ID.
900,000 from Demersseman.
You mentioned the gut shot for Hsu. Not a whole lot there. I guess a couple of overcards to the board.
Makes the call. Pot over 3.5 million. Turn card. Well, it's a card they both welcome. Maybe not the one they would have chosen, but it's what they get.
Demersseman with 2 World Series final tables, including 7th place in the $1,500 8-game mix this year.
Now Demersseman with the best kicker. A bet of 3.4 million.
Yeah, kicker problems for Hsu. Top pair for him. A bad spot right now for top pair.
All in.
Wow, a check raise all in. And Demersseman makes the call for 2 million more. Hsu at risk.
Yeah, maybe Hsu was also bad at the tournament law.
Keep it clean, dog.
Hsu needs a 7 or a 9 or he is wamboozled.
And the river card was Hsu at risk. Oh, is the 9. Where did that come from?
The deck.
How much?
2 pair for Hsu. I guess he had the best kicker after all.
Lawyers, man, they always wiggle out of everything.
This celebration is a little bit excessive. I'm going to need you to just tone it down.
Feels a little dirty, you know, but
5.4.
just a little dirty.
You didn't have a choice.
No. But
Adam Demersseman cut down to just over 1.1 million.
anything is possible.
Right.
Adam Demersseman got it in good, but Matt Hsu is leading a charmed main event life. The former lawyer hits the shocking river. Handshakes and hugs for 31st place finisher Joseph Altman. He'll stop by the cage, pick up a $250,000 plus, and make the short drive home to Henderson. Good run, sir. So 30 are left. Payout right now, 262 grand.
Anything is possible. Matthew Hsu is still here.
Adam Demersseman under the gun,
All right.
2 big blinds.
All in.
Yep, all in with ace 10.
Yeah, he was left
Start the
nothing
respin.
after the bad beat to Sue.
Feel free to fold. Yeah.
Salas gives it up to Sue.
How much is that?
Sue can easily afford this now. When Sue travels on a group tour, he's always the easiest to find when he gets lost.
I would not like to see that happen.
King, queen. He's going to make this call with Demersseman chips, it looks like.
I don't know. All right, let's quadruple up.
Oh, no other takers yet. Matthew Shepsky on the button. No thanks. Asher Conniff. No thanks. Big blind. Efthymia Litsou folds. So here we go. Ace 10 at risk.
What's that?
King, queen, yeah.
Many poker players will agree with me when it's ace X versus 2 face cards. It always seems like one of those face cards flops. It makes no mathematical sense.
You just feel it, though. You're right.
Queen, Jack.
That's just turn him dead.
Huh?
Demersseman again ahead with ace 10.
Turn him dead.
If a king, queen, jack flop, turn you
No,
dead?
I don't care how it runs out. I
Well,
just
that's
want
a
to turn him
little
dead.
bit of sweat.
Yeah, flops. Flop, king, queen, jack.
Kenny Tran always takes over in these situations.
I love it. I'm good at respins. It's my thing.
Here's the flop. Little face card, but not the right one. Ace 10 still ahead with crumbs, looking to have twice the
no
crumbs.
sweat there. Just
10 of spades on the
keep
turn.
running out numbers.
10 of spades.
9 of spades.
No, 10 of
It'll
spades.
be the 5 of clubs.
10 of spades. Same thing.
All
right?
right, 10 of spades.
Kenny Tran should travel the country calling out cards in all-in situations.
Good for the TV.
Oh, there is a king on the turn.
See, I
Now
told
queen
you
of
it
spades.
would come.
You said it was on the flop.
Same thing. Flop, turn, schmurn. Jeez.
Matthew Sue ahead. Matthew Sue wins.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I'll do my best with your chips that I won luckily twice in a row.
Demersseman out. He told us his goal was to have $1 million in poker winnings. And with this payout, Norman, $993,033. Off to the daily deep stack, sir.
Yeah, anything is possible. Lawyers.
That's Sue with almost $20 million now. Pay bump coming soon. How is Damian Salas still here, Norman?
And he's formerly a lawyer, probably litigated his way here.
Good point, under the gun.
9-5.
Damian has found his way to keep his seat and his hopes for a second main event title alive. Jimmy Setna.
That's right.
Setna is a freight broker.
Oh,
I think that's an
community
out-of-states work.
Now Matthew Shepsky's been grinding through the days to stay alive, much like Salas, pocket fours, short stack.
The 39-year-old Chicago pro. This should be an automatic hidey-ho.
He does say hidey-ho, hoping to bring his family out. Hang on a little longer. Kenny Tran in the big blind pocket sevens.
That's good. Kenny's not going to waste any time here.
1.5, 50.
Yep, there is the call. Shepsky
yeah.
will have a steep climb to keep his seat.
Champ.
Fours. Yeah.
Hey, Kenny, what can we expect on the flop?
3-5-6. That's fair. 3-5-6.
3-5-6, Lon.
3-5-6. Not 3-5-6, but a 5. But Tran still ahead.
And yeah, deuce of hearts seems fair.
Why you have to? That's very greedy. How about Jack?
How about seven?
Jack the heart.
How about seven? How about 7 of hearts?
Jack the heart.
7 of hearts is fun.
Too much.
Too much.
Ooh, a 10, 1 street left to have Shepsky keep his seat.
There's a 50% chance of 4 come.
Smart man, Lon.
You taught me that.
your math
It either
guy.
comes or it
Yeah, it's
doesn't.
either this- it's either
Tray
do or
of
don't.
diamonds on the end, and Shepsky is gone.
Good game, guys.
Shepsky with
Yeah,
his
you too.
3rd main event cash.
Kenny's good at poker, but he's bad at calling cards.
Um,
Great run for Shepsky, his biggest poker score ever.
It doesn't sound right, but
Never good to be a short stack, but in the main event, it hurts even more. Demersseman out in 30th. Shepsky gone and 29th. Who will be the next to go? Day 7 of the 2022 World Series of Poker main event, presented by the official WSOP free poker app. Matt Kahn, the latest elimination. The field down to 3 tables, 27 left, 9 will move on to the final table.
And still with us, Damian Salas trying to make history as a repeat champion, and Efthymia Litsou trying to become only the second woman to make the main event final table.
Seat redraw, shuffled the remaining players. One of the bigger stacks in the room still belongs to Karim Rebei, who was working on a high-profile yet secret project.
I'm working since 1996 on one project that I've been developing and redeveloping for years and years, and that will probably be released next year. It cost me all my money for years. I invest this because I know it will change the world. I cannot talk about this too much. But yes, I'm preparing something that will, in the technology, it's totally disrupt everything that you probably know.
Rebei's been working on the same project for 25 years. I wonder if it's a big project or if he's just a big procrastinator.
Rebei with more than twice the stack of anyone at this table raised it up to 925 with King 10. That Matt Sue? Oh, it is. Yeah, he took off his sweatshirt. He 3-bets to 2.6 million.
Hey, this Aaron Duzak is not going to fold his way to the final table. Not on my watch.
Well, he's folding.
Maybe Rebei's working on a self-flushing toilet that also gives you time traveling weather.
I would like that.
Maybe he's working on a mini umbrella attached to each of your shoes to keep your socks dry, huh?
Actually, back to Rebei, the scary non-pro. Doesn't seem to worry about making the mortgage payment. He's a loose cannon and runs good and makes the call. Heads up. Top pair for Rebei. How good does he run?
Maybe he's working on a device that allows you to browse, buy, download, and read ebooks.
They already have that. It's called Amazon Kindle.
Damn, he's wasting a lot of time.
Rebei has the action. And he wants to lead out here. 1,750,000.
Nothing here for Sue except 2 overcards. And of course, anything is possible.
So much for Sue's continuation bet. Rebei stole that thunder. He's going to stick around. Makes the call.
Reasonable stick around.
Turn card. Queen of Hearts. Sue picking up a Broadway draw.
Okay, so Sue now has the ace, the jack, the gut shot, plus he could represent a flush if a diamond or a heart hits. Lon, is it possible to have more outs than the remaining number of cards in the deck?
No.
I believe you're incorrect, and I'm going to get back to you on that.
Yeah, you do just that, sir. Rebei betting again. Small bet, just over 2.3 million.
Yeah, with such a small bet, Sue getting better than 5-1 on a call here, so I imagine he will again stick around.
Yeah, reaching from his rapidly depleting stack, he does make the call. River card, another queen, a third diamond out there.
Okay, so the board pairs and the diamond hits. Sue might be thinking about putting his ace of diamonds to work here.
Rebei has the action, though.
I'm all in.
Oh, wow. And he's not giving Sue a chance to do that, Norman.
Yeah, that ends that for Sue.
Oh, wow.
Of course, bluff.
Unusual all in, though.
Maybe not bluff.
Rebei with a little Zilong Zhang in him. And will he eventually crash and burn?
He is the chip leader with almost 53 million.
This is not cash game, it's tournament, bro. You should try to change your technique.
Yeah. Could have got stacked that hand.
Yeah, I know.
If you check the river.
A look at the payout grid brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. Presently, 262K, soon 323K, then to the moon.
To the moon, 10 million.
Damian Salas. King 10.
In the cutoff, 11 bigs left. What to do?
Man, just look at his main event record as he's all in again, and I just want to think I'll have what he's having. Almost 4.6 million all in.
Can I get a count?
Mermelstein wants a count with his monster stack.
35-year-old Florida pro, two-time WPT champion.
With king-queen off, and he does make the call. Attenborough in the big blind. Gets out of the way, so Damian Salas gets it in bad, but hey, this is Damian Salas.
And Lon, I got to tell you, this Mermelstein is starting to aggravate me. He knocked out one of my sleeper picks, Shane Schlager, just before the money bubble, and now he's about to knock out Salas's bid for main event history.
Yeah, Mermelstein thinks he can knock out our main event man here? I don't think so. All right, here's the flop. Not much for Salas.
A lot of back doors.
Salas, as always, still and unemotional.
I feel like
Deuce of clubs, deuce of clubs.
I feel like a diamond always turns. I'm sorry. I obviously want. No, I know diamonds.
Salas looking for help.
Everyone expects it.
Turn card does not bring it.
That's a good card.
Back doors are all closed. Salas now needs a 10 and a 10 only, or his main event is done.
Another 7 on the end, and that brings another great main event run by Damian Salas to an end. Boy, to have the last two main event champs make serious charges at another crown was very special. This guy knows the main event game, and I don't doubt he'll be back.
But what happened to his high-five and raucous rant? I think they all went back to work at Best Buy this morning.
Mermelstein is the real deal. The other 26 players should worry. This guy has nearly 51 million chips.
Hard to argue with Damian Salas' success, his 6th main event cash.
A 7th, a win, and now 27th, all in the last 5 years. The king of the main event, Damian Salas, with yet another fantastic finish.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that bite?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
Positive reviews on the move to the Las Vegas Strip. That's the vibe of the 2022 World Series of Poker, perhaps more muted than in weeks past as the series winds down. 26 remain. Everyone now guaranteed $323 grand.
I love being on the Strip. Much closer to all the money I've lost over the years.
Kamal Batar, ace queen of hearts. FYI, no pay bumps until 9 more players are eliminated. Raised to 1 million. Blinds at 200, 400,000. Attenborough, ace king.
The Australian pro now lives in Las Vegas. He, though, has not been here long enough to take any of my money yet.
Short stacked Aussie with a quintessential Aussie name.
All in.
And he says all in for just over 10 million.
It's like 10.2, I think. 10.2-ish, I think.
You know how I feel about ace queen. It always finds a way to lose, whether ahead or behind, and it is behind here.
10.3.
Yeah, Batar would have to call off 75% of his stack.
Got some of the orange chips, the creamsicles ready to move. And he does make the call with the lesser ace.
Bad news for Batar.
Hey.
Wow. There's a lot of chips to put in with ace queen.
Yep. The Baccarat Pro says if he wins the main event, he'd bet $1 million on one Baccarat hand.
Wow, I'd love to see that. All right, here it is, the flop. And no worries, mate. Ace King's still good.
Some chop chances now. You know, I wouldn't wish ace queen on my worst enemy.
Not even David Tuckman?
Fair point.
Batar still trying to will a winning card out there.
Batar needs an emergency queen now. Can somebody bring him a queen? Anybody? Hey, you're not going to do it, pal. You just want to win the pot.
River card 7 of clubs, a safe river for Adrian. He doubles to nearly 22 million now. Welcome back to solvency.
Yeah, so the greedy guy on the right just cares about how many chips he's about to get, and he doesn't care about the poor guy on the left who just lost most of his chips.
Batar down to 10 bigs.
Yeah, it's a cruel game, Lon. Everybody's in it for themselves.
A little bit of insight into Kamal's car. Look back at a big hand he played with one-time chip leader James Hobbs. Scary board of Jack, 9-6-10. Batar called and all in with just a pair of threes. Hobson turned over Jack 10 for flop trips and a rivered full house. Bitar lived to see another day, but it was far from his main event shining moment.
Well, in Bitar's defense, it's like the late Amir Vahidi once said about how to play the main event. In order to live, you must be willing to die.
Wow. Bitar willing to die with king-queen here.
Yeah, just left with 11 bigs after that ace-queen disaster.
Matija Dobrich folds. Mermelstein asking for a count. He's got sevens.
Well, this should be a fairly easy call here for Aaron. Less than 10% of his stack with the pocket pair.
Mermelstein with almost 47 million. And he does make the call to put Bitar at risk. A few other players now wondering, do they want to toy with the big stack? No, no, no. And so Bitar with king-queen will have to overcome the pocket pair.
Bitar was going to correctly stand and await his fate, but he's decided that he'd like to be a little comfortable. Here we are, Lon.
Two face cards, they always come. And there is the queen to take the lead for Bitar.
8.
Yeah, that does make it interesting. Hey, it's fun.
Turn card. Bitar heading for double up city.
Bitar just needs to dodge a 7 to stick around.
River card. Oh, is the 7. Mermelstein gets there.
Oh boy.
Wow. And Bitar will head to payout city instead, but it's a nice place. He'll pick up $323,000.
Nice.
Wow. Mermelstein
You
keeps
asked for
on
it.
rolling. There's something a little extra special about hitting the winning card on the river, at least for one player. Bitar out in 26. Mermelstein, the man to beat right now. The field moving slowly towards our final table. Andrew Taylor now out of the main event in 25th.
What a great showing in the Brits' first main event, though I think he just entered the field like an hour ago.
Back to the center ring. Player pool condensed, spectator pool more concentrated, all adding to the drama of the moment. Players certainly feeling the pressure. Big payday, big bracelet ahead of them. Rebei with kings. How good does he run?
Well, every once in a while, the court jester doesn't have to jest. He can just speak seriously because he has a serious hand.
50 million chips. Final table average will be almost 58 million. He's almost there. Next best at this table, 14.7 million. There's a raise to 925.
John Ames, come on, it's just Rebei. Pop him!
Not going to play the suited ace. Matthew Sue, here's a guy who'll play with Rebei. Ace-8 of clubs.
Come on, it's just Rebei. Pop him!
Oh, no popping.
925.
Well, actually, it's just a weak suited ace for Sue. I hate weak aces more than I hate hotel rooms with $8 bottled water.
Gaucho, Evan Krensman, no thanks from the button.
We know Duzak is going to fold.
Yep.
He thinks he's folding his way to the final table.
Kenny Tran now. He's going to call, looking for luck in all the wrong places. 3 players will see the flop. Deuce 6-4 rainbow. Tran with a pair of 6s and a gut shot.
I've got to tell you, Lana, I miss the days of 3x and 4x pre-flop raising. Wasn't the world a better place with pre-flop raising wars, flip phones, and Mike Matisow at final tables?
Pocket kings check. Wanting to keep the customers around, so Sue checks as well.
Rebei shifting gears here.
Wow, a set of kings now. Sue with a nut flush draw.
Yeah, what an interesting card. Rebei now with a monster, but without c-betting that flop. Sue got a free one, and it does give him that nut flush draw.
Tran checked it to Rebei. Now Rebei with the set, just over $1 million.
Sue, by the way, discovered scuba diving in Malaysia, then dived a lot in Indonesia, where every night he would just drink beer and look at the stars. I mean, You can drink beer and look at the stars every night from a Buffalo Wild Wings parking lot.
Sue will make the call. Now Kenny Tran.
Hard to fold for this price.
The dynamics of a hand change three-handed rather than heads up. Kenny was reaching for chips.
Well, you know, Kenny might even figure his pair of sixes is good right here.
Yeah, he'll make the call.
3 to the river lawn, and 2 of them are fishing.
River card. Queen of diamonds, so Rebei's 3 kings rule. Kenny checks.
Well, unless someone slow played a flopped straight, like Johnny Chan did against Eric Seidel, sorry Eric, in 1988, Rebei knows he has the absolute nuts here with 3 kings.
He doesn't need the absolute nuts to bet, but as you mentioned, he's got it, and he's reaching for the big chips. Almost $6.5 million pot-sized bet from Rebei. Sue gets out of the way.
Now Tran has to decide if somehow his sixes are good. Rebei is a tricky opponent. Karim raised pre-flop, checked the flop, bet the turn and river. What can Kenny beat? What bluffs does Rebei have? $13 million in the pot. That's more than Tran has left in his stack. You hate to see those $13 million go bye-bye.
What kind of read does Kenny have on Karim Rebei? I don't know if anybody has a read on Rebei. Ah, there's the fold. And the rush continues for Karim Rebei.
He can't contain himself. The chip leader is enjoying himself.
Nice hand.
So Rebei trending in the right direction. The chip leader now about $6 million ahead of second place Aaron Mermelstein.
The question is, will Karim Rebei flame out, or will he ride his heater to a main event bracelet?
The start of day 7 decimated the main event field, 35-24 in a flash. Poker pro Kenny Tran trying to talk his way to the final table.
Too much. That's very greedy.
While Karim Rebei confounds all with his unique playing style.
Hey-ya!
Here at the 2022 World Series of Poker main event, it's shaping up to be a day 7 to remember. The Las Vegas Strip is now home to the 2022 World Series of Poker main event presented by the official WSOP free poker app. I'm Lon McCarron with Norman Chad as we make our way towards crowning a new champion and the recipient of $10 million. 24 remain. The current payout, $323,000 and change. The leader at the moment, Karim Rebei. His style is captivating.
He's fun to watch. I doubt he's fun to play against. He's like crypto on the wildest day imaginable.
As we take a look at the leaderboard, Rebei at the top, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. Aaron Mermelstein once led and continues to impress. Matija Dobric made the final 4 tables last year. Nice run for this Croatian pro. Norman, I know you don't trust chip counts, but you have to agree it's better to have more chips than fewer, right?
Depends. Mermelstein, Kenny Tran, and Brian Kim are 3 tough pros who just have that final table look to them.
If you're scoring at home, there are our chip denominations brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. Brand new chips for our new home. In the red and the big blind, Queen 8 off. Kenny Tran saw Mermelstein raise it up with pocket 10s. Kenny makes the call. Tran takes the lead with 2 queens. And checks.
A week before the main event, Mermelstein tweeted, "Wish I could be content mindlessly chasing bracelets, but I couldn't care less. I've enjoyed the summers, but I'm looking forward for this being one of my last." Sounds like someone who thinks poker's primrose path can deceive.
Queen's up now for Kenny. He checks it over to Aaron.
Mermelstein might not be long for this game, and he might not be long for this hand now. He is well behind.
Yeah. But reaching $500,000 from Mermelstein.
A min bet on the turn. I believe this should be outlawed. It's no limit hold'em.
There is the check raise from Kenny Tran, $2 million more.
Mermelstein's got to be thinking, did I run into 9-10 for a straight or pocket eights? He can't like it.
And he throws into creamsicles for the call.
Guess he likes it enough to make the call.
River card, 7 of diamonds. Tran is best.
Tran 16th in the main event in 07, trying to best that this year.
Kenny knows Aaron has something coming along this far.
Can't lose the all-ins. That's
How much can he get from Aaron Mermelstein? Big stack. Okay, everything over 3.6 million.
His last 7 bigs into the middle. If I'm Mermelstein, you've been check raised on the turn. That's usually a strong hand. Now Tran has pushed all in on the river. That's usually a strong hand. Your 2 10s may as well be 2 Uno cards.
But it's Kenny Tran. He's capable of anything. He does make the call. And there is a double up for Kenny Tran.
I just don't think Mermelstein's going to like the way he played that hand when he thinks about it later. And Kenny Tran gets the double up.
Not a big hit to Aaron, but that double means everything to Kenny, keeping him in the mix. A quiet double up, but Kenny has been quite talkative of late.
How about ace, queen, jack on the flop? If he hit the 9 here, he only have 1 out. See?
Yeah.
Now I only have 1 out.
That's okay.
No, you still have 1 out.
Look. Thanks.
We should have a side bet. What's hand you like? 7 of diamond on the turn.
He can't stop talking.
You know what? With an ace on the turn. Jack of diamond. 7, 8, 9. No, 10. No, 10. 3 of diamond. 3, 5, 6. A jack of heart. There's a 50% chance of 4 come.
You're a math guy, huh?
You remind me of a very famous movie star. Yeah? Boras, you know? Very nice.
There's a 50-50 chance Tran was talking when he was pulled out of the womb.
The lineup at our main feature table has Karim, Rebei, and 7 wannabes. Rebei with 114 big blinds. The 7 others combined with just 146 big blinds. And there is fellow UCSB gaucho, Evan Krensman. He raised it up to $1 million. Big blind John Eames now with queen tray of clubs.
Krensman, 36-year-old LA pro. Eames, 33-year-old UK pro.
Eames a short stack with a 6.3 million. He'll defend with the suited queen. Here's the flop. King's up for Krensman. A flush draw for Eames.
It's an action flop like in the movies.
What's the last movie you actually went to, Norman?
Cary Grant in His Girl Friday, 1940. I think I paid a nickel to get into the theater.
A check from Eames with his flush draw. Krensman, 2 pair, 800,000.
Eames finished 20th at the World Series Europe main event in 2011, and he has 1 circuit ring.
He's thinking about something.
All in.
And it's go time.
How much is it? 4.825.
It sounds like more than 4.825 when you say it with such a distinguished accent.
Krensman makes the call, Eames at risk on the draw.
Flush draw. King Jack versus King Jack. He's got a flush draw.
Everyone's been updated, and now the respective rails are sending the information back to their home bases via Western Union Telegram.
Wow, you are older than I thought. All right. And there is a club on the turn. Eames takes a big advantage. Krensman with a few outs.
Eames reacted to that turn the way I react to getting my electric bill.
River card is no help to Krensman. Eames will double up here on day 7.
Eames is stoked.
2-5.
That's how you do it. Eames with a huge turn to keep his hopes alive.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ashley. Happy birthday to you.
Asher Conniff celebrating his birthday at midnight on day 6. His immediate present to himself was advancing to day 7, and the now 34-year-old hoping birthday vibes can carry him to the final table.
It's day 7 of the main event. It's also my 34th birthday. A lot of emotions at midnight last night and day 6. Everybody sang happy birthday. It was incredible. It's really a wild feeling. Very grateful and blessed, and my phone is absolutely, just won't stop. And it's an amazing thing. It feels really special, and hopefully it's a very happy birthday.
Did he get that hoodie for his birthday? I hope there's not a no return policy.
Aces for the birthday boy. Pocket ace for Mayank Madan, who opened for $1 million. Asher in the big blind.
Pocket aces in the big blind. Now that's a birthday present.
And there is a 3-bet to $2.8 million. Slightly smaller stack than Madan.
Madan, Director of Product Management for Walmart in San Francisco.
A 4-bet and a call from the aces.
Aces versus 8s.
Yeah, somebody's dead man's hand.
Well, Asher now a 4-1 favorite to double up.
Madan picked up pocket pair at the wrong time. And wow, both flop sets. That is brutal.
And they saw the 8 first, so Asher's main event life flashed in front of him.
Nice.
I didn't even take a look.
What?
I waited for the reaction before I looked.
Oh, I saw 8 in the window, yeah.
Tough sledding when you need quads to win a key main event pot.
Yeah, Madan here looking for the last 8 in the desert to knock out Asher Conniff.
River. Oh, it's a 7, and Conniff scores the pot and leaves Madan with just 3 big blinds.
Yeah, you couldn't have your pocket aces cracked to send you home on your birthday, could you?
Good point.
They showed the 8 first.
9 million exactly.
Full of heart attacks, though.
Okay, I'm worried for a split second.
Conniff has been around the poker block a few times, picking up a World Series circuit ring in the process. 7 years ago, he picked up his biggest career cash, nearly $1 million at the Borgata.
Asher likes to hike and he likes to paint. You can't do both at the same time unless you hike really, really slowly.
Madan just shoved ace-queen, and Conniff has the action with king-jack. Does he want to take a shot at getting the rest of his opponent's stack?
Well, this is for just 10% of Conniff's newly bloated stack.
Conniff makes the call, so it's Madan v. Conniff, part 2.
Madan's hoping to buy a house in San Francisco. That's a tall order, so this main event money means a lot to him.
Main event win minus taxes, that'll just about do it.
We're king jack for 1.8.
Madan ahead and all in. Here's the flop. Conniff scores a king, and now it's Madan needing help.
And that puts Madan closer to a life of rentals in San Francisco.
Yeah, right. Turn card now. Tray of spades, no help.
Madan looking for an ace to stick around.
And he misses. Madan is gone.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, he thanked the dealer as he left. I love that. Classy.
And that happens to be Dealer of the Year, Dominic Siebert.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Dominic. I wouldn't have thanked him.
So 24th place, Mayank Madan. Good chunk of change to pick up on his way out. What a nice little run Asher Conniff is on. At another table sits 32-year-old pro Brian Kim, who we've seen, very aware of the significance of his main event run and what it means.
The main event is the tournament of poker. I've probably dreamt 38 times about being in this moment. It's huge. I feel like I'm dreaming. Can't believe it. It's just like looking down at my chips and thinking like, this is the main event? It's really mind-blowing, and like I don't know what I did to deserve this. Yeah, I'm extremely privileged and blessed to be here at this stage.
Brian with a strong rail and pocket queens looking to knock out Jimmy Setna, all in with ace-7.
Setna with a business degree from Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo, Ontario. I believe they are the Fighting Blue Hens.
He's from Gavin Smith country, Guelph, Ontario. And here is the flop. 1 heart, 1 7, 0 aces. Kim's still the favorite.
I respect Setna for how he's handling this all in. No getting up, no one time, no putting his bag on. He's just sitting there and taking it like a man.
Turn card, 6 of clubs. Kim still a big favorite to get this much needed pot and knock out Setna.
Setna needs an ace or a 7 to double up or a 9 to chop.
River card. Oh, an ace, and Setna gets there for the double.
Double up. She doubled up.
Oh, he's fired up.
Serious turbulence for Brian Kim after flying so high for so long.
Yeah, Kim takes the blow in stride, but it hurts. Setna feels like he's on a free roll now. Kim down to 9 bigs. Ouch.
Brian Kim seemed to have it all in his hands. Jimmy Setna goes through Kim for the double up and over 13.3 million. And that's how a main event saving River feels. Setna very much alive. Brian Kim better turn his ship around pronto. As stunning as ever, the 2022 main event bracelet, perhaps not for the wrist, but yeah, for the mantle. Hire some extra security. It's worth over $500,000. Tournament summary brought to you by Zenni Eyewear. Eyewear for everyone. Just one female remaining, Efthymia Litsou. Over at Table B sits 31-year-old pro Tom Kunza. You may remember him from earlier in the main event. He made a great call with a pair of 4s on a 9-high, very connected board.
10s or jacks? No? Maybe I'm way off. Better? Just call with queens pre-flop?
This is very weird, my friend.
You know how I play. Great call.
4s.
Oh, you're
Wow,
good.
it's a call.
Oh my
Good.
lord!
It's a
What
call.
a call!
Nice.
Nice call, Tom.
One of my favorite calls of all time here.
Kunza with a small pocket pair right in his wheelhouse. Aaron Mermelstein opened under the gun for $1 million with ace-jack suited. 2 big stacks getting together. Kenny Tran in the small blind. Ace-8 into the muck. Matija Dobrich in the big blind.
He's getting better than 6-1 on a call here out of the big blind. Sometimes, sometimes it pays to be flop-optimistic.
He's got a lot of chips to work with, and he does make the call. 3-way action. Mermelstein flops into the lead with 2 pair. Dobrich checks. Aaron checks to Kunza.
No C-bet from Mermelstein.
Well, they all check. Turn card, 9 of spades. Mermelstein still good.
Mermelstein also tweeted before the main event, every once in a while I look at the list of players playing the World Series and I think about those that are no longer playing. He just sounds like someone questioning his path forward. His path forward right now is to check call.
Nobody made a move at the pot, so Kunza did. That gets rid of Dobrich, so $2.7 million to Mermelstein with the best hand. That's a call, over 9 million chips in the pot now. River card. That 6 is no threat to Mermelstein. He checks again.
Kunze has cereal every morning before the main event, says the U.S. has the best cereals. It's good to know we're still #1 at something.
I think he likes Captain Crunch, from what I heard.
Who doesn't like Captain Crunch?
Kunze bets 5.8 million now.
Kunze goes about 2/3 pot here. I guess this is just a reluctant call from Mermelstein. Can't love it, but I don't think he can leave it.
Kunze has fired at this pot a couple of times, and Mermelstein gets rid of the best hand. Wow.
Mermelstein gives it up. We saw Kunze's great river call with those pocket fours, now a great river bet with pocket deuces.
Got to be a quiet celebration inside Tom's head, and Mermelstein doesn't look convinced yet that he made the best fold of his poker career. Meanwhile, Brian Kimsrail getting back to work. Their man all in for about $5 million with ace-4 of diamonds against two players. Jeff Farnes with ace-queen and master plumber Rob Welch with no card info quite yet. No help to Kim, who remains at least in second place.
Kim in deep trouble here. He has fallen fast and hard.
Farnes and Welch can build a side pot if they choose.
Farnes, 39-year-old businessman from Dallas, Oregon.
Check to the turn. Lots of blanks for Brian Kim. Check. Farnes pairs up on the river. It's official. Kim will be done. Any side action?
Well, Kim seems to know it's over.
Farnes announced a bet. That got Welch to fold, and so the cards will be on their backs, and yep, it is Brian Kim being knocked out by Jeff Farnes.
Are you kidding me? I had you go to the final table, you punk.
23rd place, $323,000. Brian Kim had all the chips, it seemed, to start day 7. But day 7 of the main event doesn't care how you start. Brian out of this main event.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that fight?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
After Brian Kim's exit, sadly, Gaucho Evan Krinsman was the next to go in 22nd place. The story, though, is of Kim's exit, and it was a quick one given his day 7 starting stack, and right now he's with Kara Scott.
We've lost Brian Kim out of this main event. It's been a real pleasure watching you play. What do you think it is about the main event as a tournament that really is so special to play? Because it's like none other.
It is like none other. It's because I feel like it's just once a year, and everyone's just kind of waiting for it, has it marked on their calendars. And same for me. I'll play this tournament until I physically can't. So we'll try my best to beat this run, but not expecting too much. Like, this was pretty insane.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Out in 23rd, Brian Kim.
Big stack, Matija Dobric. You see his GPI, the Hendemop bio board, the Croatian pro, hoping to avoid the same fate as Kim. A big stack to start day 7, though no sign of his letting up. He's been near the top of the chip counts pretty much all tournament long. What to say about that, Norman?
Okay, there's a little-known Croatian exception to chip counts that you probably aren't familiar with.
And what is that?
If I tell you, it will be familiar, and I prefer to keep it unknown. Thank you very much. Anyway, go Matija.
He's under the gun, and min raise, ace tray of clubs to $1 million, folded to the big blind. Andres Jacon, Argentina's backup here with Damian Salas gone.
A min raise we got here. I believe that strategy started in Croatia, then seeped out to the rest of the world via Austria. Then once the German-Austrian contingent got hold of it, it was game over.
Jacon finished 32nd in the main event in 2018. Now to Kunze in the big blind, getting a price. Jack 5 of hearts, he'll come along. Here we go. Jacon ahead with a stronger ace. Kunze with a straight draw. Dobric with a steel wheel draw.
Huge flop for Dobric.
Jacon checked. Kunze checks. Dobric bets $1 million.
Jacon, 42-year-old pro, proudly from Mar del Plata, Argentina.
A check raise with the best hand of $3 million. that sheds Kunza.
But ace-queen finding yet another way to lose, I believe.
All in.
Dobrich with the weaker hand, but favored in this position. And there is the call, Jacqueline all in.
Oh my God, look at this, classy. Dama. What a classy hand.
Ne, on ima bolja gaca, ali ja imam flash draw i ruku.
Whoa. English. Hand
Tran calls for English only. Actually, he doesn't want anyone talking during an all-in other than himself, but if they're going to talk, he wants to be able to understand them.
Both these guys have made deep main event runs in the past. They know you need to do this to run deep. And there's a club, not the steel wheel, but a flush for Dobrich.
And it ends in a flash for the Argentine from ace-queen to seat open.
Good game.
Jacqueline done and dusted here on day 7. Another great showing for him in the main event. Meanwhile, Dobrich continues his march to the promised table. He'll go back to work with over 60 million chips. We mentioned his deep run last year in the main event. Here's a look back at that 32nd place finish.
Dobrich with ace-9, Schulte ace-queen, Conniff with pocket tens. Here we go.
Oh my, a set of tens for Conniff, the flush draw for Team Croatia, and a Broadway draw for Schulte. Turn card. Wow, now Schulte adds his own flush draw.
Dobrich looking for one of 7 outs. Conniff looking for the double knockout.
The river card, a blank, and boom, the double knockout for Chance Conniff.
I'd like to see wanted posters for this Chance Conniff at every post office in this nation.
Thanks, man.
Dobrich has already won the last longer with his 2021 self. Next step, final 9. He's in the big blind now, under the gun. Mermelstein with pocket queens and a min raise. Attenborough has the action. Pocket 8s. He calls for $1 million. Vadim Rosen, Canadian engineer, comes along as well. Kunza. First 3 players already in. Party pooper. Kenny Tran now, small blind, pocket 9s.
We've seen a min raise and 2 calls. Tran considering a squeeze play shove here. Of course, he could just flat call or fold, which I hope he does because I can see the cards.
Now Kenny is thinking exactly those options, Norman. And he says all in for $14 million. Dobrich next in line. He folds.
I'm all in.
Mermelstein isolating with the queens. Attenborough out. Rosen out. Tran at risk with the 9s.
Tran in trouble for his main event.
You're right, Norman. He went for it. He saw a spot, but it's looking like it's going to cost him his seat.
Tran seldom talks about cards to come on his own all-ins.
All right, here's the flop. Queens are still good.
You know, in retrospect, what were the chances Tran was going to get 3 folds on his all-in or get 1 caller with a worse hand? But he's Kenny Tran, so I defer.
Turn card. Another club. Tran with the flush draw now.
That's a terrible card.
There are a lot more outs for Tran to survive this hand.
Red.
River card. Oh, a club!
Kidding me?
Kenny survives.
Double luck for Tran. If Attenborough had called, he would have flopped a full house and knocked out Kenny.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, Mermelstein now has been victimized a couple of times in all-in situations by runner-runner flushes.
Indeed, Mermelstein takes another body blow. He's going to pay off Kenny and suddenly find himself with fewer than 20 big blinds.
With $10 million looming soon, that's a river card that might change Kenny Tran's life forever.
He'll sit with $31 million now. 1 card from heading back to the cash games in LA, but a river club saves Kenny and keeps his main event bracelet dreams alive. Welcome back to the 2022 main event, presented by the official WSOP free poker app. I'm Lon, he's Norman. Current bust out prize, $323,000 and change. Brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. Matt Sue in the big blind with pocket fours. Sir Levy got things rolling under the gun with ace 10. Karim Rebei couldn't resist the invitation, holding jack 9 of hearts, so the min raise around to Matt Sue. And he will call.
Well, Aaron Duzak was getting 8-1 to call from the big blind. He's trying to fold his way to the final table.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I didn't see the blue.
3 players to the flop. Oh, good news for Matt Sue. He scores 4s full out of the gate. Bad news, his opponent's whipped. Good news, one of his opponents is Rebei.
I love how Sue acted disinterested as he checked, more concerned about stacking his chips.
Wow, quads for Sue, a useless flush draw for Rebei.
I lost to this exact board with pocket 4s, 2 pocket 7s at the 1994 Jamie Farr Toledo Classic main event.
That was a golf tournament, Norman?
We played a poker tournament in the clubhouse that was largely overlooked.
Sue led out with his quads. I love it. Levy folded. Rebei now raising to $3.3 million.
Here's Rebei raising all dead. As the Princess Bride taught us, there's a big difference between mostly dead and all dead. This is all dead.
And just an easy call for Matt Sue. River card. Good news for Sue. Rebei made his flush.
Yeah, nothing worse than drawing all dead and getting there.
Sue checked again. Rebei bet 800,000 into 10 million?
This river bet from Rebei baffles me, but I am easy to baffle.
Not sure what he's trying to block, if he thinks he has a blocking bet, but yeah, all in with the quads.
Rebei waiting for a count. I guess he might call here. Who knows with this guy? This is an insta-fold in most worlds, but Rebei has been working on the same project for 25 years, so maybe he doesn't insta-do anything.
Got a jack-high flush. There is the fold. Matt Sue finally getting the best of Rebei.
Matt Sue's first World Series cash ever is looking pretty good.
Yeah, up to 24.5 million chips right now. Karim Rebei is nothing if not unpredictable. Tara Scott has more on this 47-year-old.
Karim Rebei likes to be in charge. He said that in poker, it's important to be the one driving the action and not to fall under the influence of the other players at the table and be made to play in their game. He said that's what being the table captain is actually really all about. He doesn't want to be here to make friends. He's not here to have fun. He wants to win. He said for him, he just wants to play his very best game and, of course, be the one to take charge.
It will be very fighting, I tell you. Be ready for it. I know Chinese are good for watching Kung Fu. Now it will be Kung Fu. Huh?
Again. I guess it's just like a...
Levy has raised. King Jack suited. Rebei
like
calls with pocket 4s. John Eames on the button with pocket 7s.
Manufactured rivalry.
You're very lucky. I will lose my tournament with you, I know. So I will push you, no worries. I know I will lose the tournament, sure. Now it's sure. It's written. You bad beat me, and you have the edge on me. I don't know how, but you have it. But I will go all in soon.
Okay.
I will not let you keep on crushing my face like this. I can tell you.
I like you.
Eames calls.
Like I said earlier, you have good energy. I like that.
It's poker. I made the tournament already. For me, it's finished. 20 or first. Of course, I prefer to win, but like this, it's not possible for me. You're too lucky.
4 to the
this
flop.
guy is
Top pair for Levy to
also
lead.
had a very good hand against me, but he deserved it. Yeah.
Sue has such a good nature and takes Rebei's table talk with a smile.
Middle pair for Sue, he checked. Eames checks. They all check. Free card. Levy's 2 jacks still ahead.
I did not come here to watch a 4-way check fest, Lon.
Sue does not improve. He checks.
Levy, the youngest player left here at age 22. Joe Catta still with the record for youngest main event champ in 09 at age 21.
$1.4 million from Levy with the best hand. Rebei still set mining, or maybe he's good now, huh? He calls. Eames folded his 7s. And Sue with a pair of 8s comes along. River card. And Rebei hits his set. How good does this guy run?
Rebei binks it. My goodness.
Check to Rebei, and he checks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rebei's river bet on the last hand baffled me. His river check on this hand flummoxes me.
Oh, you like 4s, huh? No, they like me.
Karim Rebei dragging another pot. One thing is for sure, Karim does things his own way, and it works.
It will be very fighting, I tell you. Be ready for it.
I like you. You have, like I said earlier, you have good energy. I like that.
Fun dynamic developing at our featured table. Seems like only a matter of time before Rebei and Sue go at it again in a big pot. But right now, it's Rebei and Eames, blind v blind, seeing a flop for cheap.
Rebei v. Eames. One guy never stops talking. One guy, I believe, has never talked.
Here's the flop. Top 2 for Eames, bottom 1 for Rebei.
Battle of the blinds often leads to blood.
600,000 minimum bet from Rebei. And Eames now with the best hand. It's a minimum call.
Rebei tries to win every pot, but right now his bottom pair looking at top 2.
Rebei putting chips together, not showing a lot of commitment to his 6s. That's 625. John Eames coming alive now. A raise to 2.1 million with aces up.
What'd you expect when you're auto betting while eating a banana? This is the main event, not the Dubai Sunday Farmers Market.
Nice try, bro. Nice try. This will not work with me this time. I hope you push much more, huh? To make me fold, huh?
King of diamonds on the river. A check.
You can try one more.
He's gonna try one more with the best hand, I'd imagine.
John Eames putting together one more. Actually, 6.6 million more.
How much is the bluff?
6.6.
6.6.
But before he makes a bad call here, let's talk about fruit. The banana is so versatile, you can eat it any time of day with any meal. You can eat it alone or put it in cereal or a sandwich or a salad. And how about a banana split? Who can argue with a banana split?
I'm hungry.
Oh, one more Actor Studio, my lord.
Wow, a rare sight. He folded.
Actor Studio.
Eames, not one to be trifled with. A solid pro who knows the ins and outs of a deep run.
I don't think Rebei's table talk penetrates John Eames' skull.
Professor Brandon Adams taking in the festivities.
Professor my butt.
Oh, here's my chance, boys.
Oh, wow.
Here's my chance.
Blind v blind. Mermelstein, 8-7 suited.
All in.
There you go. You heard him. His last 6 million. And now Attenborough in the big blind. Deuces.
6 10 bigs, right?
6.
All right. Well.
Okay. Mermelstein at risk.
All right. 8-7 suited.
Yeah, his 8-7 suited, actually favored over the pocket deuces.
Aaron, a big stack for so long in this tournament.
I'm a favorite, boys. Let's go.
I just told everybody within the sound of my voice that.
I mean, you cannot lose every all-in, so I feel...
It's fair.
Mermelstein's once big stack has been whittled down.
Aaron's got to overcome the small pocket pair.
But you would agree that you don't want to see a spade on the flop, right?
I don't want to see a spade?
Dobrich chatting with Mermelstein. When I'm all in, I'd prefer if no one makes small talk with me.
Right.
Here we go. A deuce in the window. Attenborough flops big. Four of clubs. Straight draw for Aaron.
Mermelstein's going to need a 6 so he can sit down again.
It does not get it. It is over for Aaron Mermelstein.
GG. Yeah, nice.
Had it going for quite a while. It seemed Destiny was his co-pilot, but the big stack now is a no stack.
Destiny doesn't know how to fly a plane.
Attenborough with the knockout of the powerful player. Aaron Mermelstein with a great run. A run that ends with the final table within reach.
I'm here with Aaron. We've just lost you off the table. After playing 7 long days of poker, does something like this take a little bit of time to kind of understand that, I saw you standing by the table and it looked like disbelief?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes some time. I mean, it's disappointing, but it's poker. It's just a tournament. At the end of the day, you got to play your hands the way that they're supposed to be played, and for the most part, I did that, and it is what it is.
So reflecting back on your play, you're happy with the way it was. I know you had some very big stacks at times and made some really gutsy calls.
Yeah, overall I'm really happy. I had one bad call that I'd like to have back, but that wasn't really the game changer. Just had a bad level where the deck was against me, and sometimes that happens, and it was a bad timing. But for you to get here, you got to remember that you got to run good in a lot of spots. So it is what it is. I'm happy that I made it this far, I guess, but still, I was only really going to be happy if I won. So that's how I feel.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
I thought Brian Kim was final table bound. I was wrong. I thought Mermelstein was final table bound. I was wrong.
I think you also had Mondale beating Reagan.
Good for you.
Sir Levy, not the short stack, but 20 bigs is all that's left. A raise and a 3-bet in front of him. Conniff opened with ace-jack. Matsu with queens re-raised, and now Sir goes all in. That gets rid of Conniff, and Sue makes the call with the queens against the ace-queen.
Queens.
The 22-year-old Levy
Queens
has
against
been old
ace-queen.
enough to play in 2 main events, and he has cashed in both of them. Nice start.
Good luck, bud.
Yeah.
Levy looking for that 26 million chip pot.
Queens, I guess. What's the flop gonna be?
He's gonna have a sweat. It's gonna come in clubs. Yeah.
You're a sick puppy, dude. You're a sick puppy.
Low cards for the wheel draw, and then club, and then just ultimate heartbreak for him.
It's pretty specific.
Dude, this is like really nerve-wracking.
You're the man.
Is there a television screen? We're sweating this.
Levy at risk. Clean
Okay,
flop
go.
for Matsu.
Jack 8-4. Jack 8-4. Let's go. Jack. Jack. Jack.
You should not be allowed to call for cards if you are ahead in an all-in.
Oh, now it's River Magic time or payday for Levy.
Pair the board. Pair the board. Let's go.
Sue was like a kid in a candy shop.
Pair the board.
River
Pair
card.
the board.
Levy comes up empty with ace queen. Sir Levy knocked out his dedication to the game, and the volumes he's learned from his world travels pay off with 19th place for 323 grand.
Great showing for Levy. Matsu just happy to be here, and we are happy to have him.
Matsu with a serious stack of over 45 million, second only to Dobrich. The leaderboard brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. Rebei leaking a little oil. Kenny Tran on the virtual final table right now. Not in the top 9, but still in the game. The last woman standing, Efthymia Litsou, just above 10 million. It's become a numbers game at the main event.
If he hit the 9 here, he only had 1 out. Jack of diamond, 7, 8, 9. Jack the heart. 10, no, 10. Bam! Oh my God.
18 are left, led by Matija Dobrich. Boom! 9 will make the final table. 50% in, 50% out. It's a race to the final 9 and a shot at $10 million. Buckle up for the final sprint to the final table of the 2022 World Series of Poker main event presented by the official WSOP free poker app. With Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. From an original field of 86.63, we're down to 18 and on a $90,000 money bubble. Efthymia Litsou, the last woman standing, but a short stack.
We need more women in the game, so even though New York is my 47th favorite state, I am still rooting for Effie.
Kenny Tran, a cash game legend, making a deep run of his own.
This guy's supposed to be sick call, Kenny. I haven't seen any sick calls yet. False advertising, but I'm still rooting for him.
At our featured table, the chip leader, Croatia's Matija Dobrich, a 32nd place finish last year, paving the way to his final table this year, perhaps.
This is a poker player. I wouldn't want to raise him. I wouldn't want to call him. Frankly, folding to him is scary as well.
A look at the leaderboard brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We're all Caesars. Dobrich way out in front, followed by cash game pro and former lawyer Matt Sue.
David Diaz has a bracelet. Kenny Tran has a bracelet. Espen Jorstad has half a bracelet. Everyone else looking for their first.
Just one player under 10 million. That's Aaron Duzak from Canada. That's a pretty snug all tournament. And yes, here he is, though. And here is our chip leader, Dobrich. He's open from middle position with ace-4 offsuit with nearly 80 million chips. Small blind, Adrian Attenborough from Australia with king-queen of clubs makes the call. Big blind folds.
Dobrich, 31 years old. Attenborough, 28.
Here's the flop. Rainbow, no clubs, but top pair for Attenborough here, and he checks.
Dobrich, 2 main events, 2 times making the final 4 tables.
He missed, but continues for 1.2 million. Attenborough. Ooh, got some of the big creamsicle chips. That's a check raise, Norman, to 4.2 million.
Hello, my name is Adrian Attenborough. Have we met before? One of the coolest things about Slatina, Croatia, the seaside city where Dobrich lives, is that there's a 200-year-old California redwood tree in the middle of town. I kid you not.
Wow, I have heard of residents leaving California, but not trees. And now a 3-bet from Dobrich to 9 million.
Hello, my name is Matija Dobrich. Have we met before? Wow, first we saw a flop raise with 1 pair, now a 3-bet with squad douche. Be still my heart.
Wow, and a call for 4.8 million more, almost 22 million in the middle between these two guys. 6 of clubs on the turn. Attenborough still ahead, and he checks again. He says, be my guest, Matija.
Well, players with big stacks aren't just card racks. They earn their chips, and they're also prone to giving them back. Dobrich either going to earn more here or give them back here.
If at first you don't succeed, that's 5.5 million now from the Croatian. The Aussie, Las Vegas resident, makes the call. Wow. River card now. Deuce of hearts, and the 1 pair for Attenborough is good. He checks again.
Does he have 1 more barrel in him? Will 1 more barrel work? Have we waited too long to cut back on carbon emissions to save the planet? These are the key questions at this moment.
All in.
Wow. He wants to put Attenborough at risk.
That's not a barrel, that's a nuclear blast. Dobrich bluff shoving, and he asks Attenborough to play for his main event life right here on day 7.
Sorry, guys. I feel like I might take
your time.
Sorry.
It's not a big moment at all. Be calling any clock there.
You're good, man.
Oh, a Greek chorus.
Dobrich 3-bet the flop and shoves on the river. How do you call it?
This is I have no idea what to do.
He looks like David Tuckman trying to figure out his lunch order.
Oh, he makes the call.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he would have been out if he was wrong. Attenborough's rewarded with the chip lead for being right.
Attenborough stuns the table. Dobrich is gobsmacked. The call of his poker life with the biggest pot of this main event on the line.
Yeah, Dobrich fired every street. You can only call if the entire hand was a charade. How did he put Dobrich on a charade? That is not easy. What a moment for Adrian Attenborough.
Large and in charge now. Wow. 520 million chips in play, chopped up into 4 denominations. This is brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. Action on Tom Kunza says he's a specialist in large field multi-table tournaments. I guess so. Pocket nines and a raise. Kenny Tran now with pocket jacks.
Tran still with a decent stack, 40-plus blinds, though he hasn't been that active down the stretch.
Just a call, no raise, wise man. Vadim Rosen in the cutoff, 48, engineer from Toronto, King Jack.
And with Tran electing not the 3-bet, that's going to bring the man in the hat in.
Efthymia Litsou folds her button. James Deans on small blind. Got an ace. A lot of action in front. He gives it up. And Philippe Suki folds his big blind. So Austria, USA, Canada to the flop. Pocket jacks are good until they're not. Pocket jacks are good. Kunza has the action with his pocket nine. Second best, but he's okay with those undercards out there.
Remember, Kunza made a stellar call for all his chips on day 6 with just pocket 4s.
He bets 1.7 million. Kenny just calls. Now Rosen gets out of the way. So heads up, 9s against the jacks.
Now Tran still hasn't sensed that he holds the Lon McCarran Memorial hand.
Oh, and Memorial underscored. Kunza turns 9s full. Go figure.
What an ugly, ugly turn for Tran.
Kunza reaching. Nothing to see here, Mr. Tran. Nothing to see.
3.8.
Yeah, 3.8 million.
Kenny's played this hand snug, and I keep expecting him to pop it.
Something doesn't sit well with Kenny Tran right now, what Kunza just did. Shovel, dig, shovel, dig.
One of the reasons Kenny Tran's a great cash game player is he really has a sixth sense, a radar for reading the other man's strength.
3 of clubs on the river. Kunza is best, and he's got the action.
Kunza can probably get more Tran chips here.
Goes for it all.
Oh, wow. I mean, could Kunza be bluff shoving? If Tran folds, he's left with a workable stack of 30 bigs, but there are almost 50 blinds sitting in the middle right now.
Day 7 brings so many tortured moments. Kenny Tran living one right now.
We saw Attenborough make a great call moments ago. Can Tran make a great fold here?
No, he cannot. What a pot for Tom Kunza, doubling to 42 million.
Yeah, Kunza surges, and Tran is cut down to 8 bigs.
It hurts him more than it helps Kunza.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
Pocket jacks. I've said my piece.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high roller bowl 7 champion.
Oh, yeah.
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that fight?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
Sound the trumpets. The battle for Kenny Tran's short stack is engaged. That last hand, perhaps a harbinger to his demise. Meanwhile, Tom Kunza, the beneficiary, over 40 million. We're still at 18 players and on a money bubble. One player hovering around 30 million chips is poker pro David Diaz of Houston, whose early life was full of difficult challenges.
I was born in Honduras. We came to the United States because I had cancer. around the age of 4 and went to St. Jude in Memphis. Had some family connections to help me get into the state. And they found cancer in my arm, so I had to get it amputated. I played poker since 2010. I won a bracelet in 2011. I came in day one. I set my intention. I wanted to win 10 million and said I was going to win it. So let's just see what's going to happen.
Poker is truly one of the great equalizers. If you can think, you can play. Nothing else matters, and David Diaz is a great thinker.
He raised under the gun with Queen Jack of clubs, made a 1.4 million action. Now on the button, Karim Rebei, Jack 9 suited. He makes the call. Dobrich in the small blind, Ace 8 offsuit, former chip leader.
But he's still healthy with more than 60 bigs, despite that massive misstep, bluffing against Attenborough.
Pitching for a fight after doubling Attenborough, but he does get out of the way. In the big blind, Asher Conniff. Little camera time before folding. So heads up, Diaz and Rebei. Queen, King 8, second pair for Diaz. Straight flush draw for Rebei.
At least it was close, huh? Pardon? At least it was close.
Check from Diaz.
I'm being told that these two started this hand with identical stacks to the penny. I don't believe it. 8,600 players entered the main event, each with 60,000 chips. On day 7, 2 players cannot have the exact number of chips.
Yeah, they do. 31.55 million.
Oh, man, you are such a tool for the system.
Get back to work. Rebei bet it. Diaz comes along. Rebei wanting to get chips in the middle with his monster draw. Turn card now. Deuce of hearts. Diaz still good with just the queens, but as mentioned, Rebei with outs upon outs. Diaz checks.
So they started the hand with the same number of chips. Do they still have the same number of chips now?
Yes, they do, because they've each put the same number of chips into the pot.
Oh, you always have an answer for everything, don't you?
Rebei sizing down a bit, 3.7 million. Diaz not going anywhere.
Where would he go? But indeed, he's going to come along correctly with second pair.
He's counting out exactly 3.7 million because that's exactly how much Rebei put in. River card. 9 of hearts. Rebei pairs up, but that wasn't the goal, really. Diaz checks again.
Yeah, Rebei missing his draws.
Oh, wow. But that's not Rebei if he's not bringing pressure. 12 million.
A big third barrel from Rebei a la Dobrich for half of Diaz's stack. Yeah, Rebei's got that reputation, but this is a tough decision now.
David makes the call. Rebei turns over barely nothing. Asher Conniff speaking for us all.
Do they have the same number of chips now, Mr. Big and Tall Big Shot?
No, they don't, Norman.
Exactly my point.
One more payout at 323 grand with our final 18 players. Just 2 tables in play. Only 1 woman left. Efthymia Litsou right there in the cutoff with ace 10 and 23 big blinds. And a 600,000 chip limp.
She has also seen her stack whittle down slowly.
Eames folds the button. Philippe Suki, the small blind. In the big blind, Espen Jorstad with pocket kings.
Jorstad won his first bracelet this year in the tag team event with Patrick Leonard. An asterisk to that bracelet. All they had to do was beat Jamie Kerstetter heads up.
All right, so a raise, 2 million more. Effie shoves, bang, bang, Jorstad happy to call.
Litsou was limping to trap, and she runs into a monster.
We have kings versus ace-10.
Jorstad, a huge favorite to make this main event an all-boys club.
What a first main event she's had. The banking executive.
Don't be greedy, boys. Like, just no ace.
Swimming with the Sharks for a week's worth of play.
No ace out there.
Litsou hadn't played poker in a while. She started playing this year once a month and then won a satellite to earn her main event seat.
8 of diamonds on the turn, status quo. The main event is a surreal journey, and as you mentioned, maybe more so for Effie, just a casual player. Got here, winning a seat.
Same, I don't care. Whatever happens,
Effie's got to have an ace.
River card, a 10. Espen Jorstad with the knockout.
Good game. Good game. Good night, everyone. Nice playing with you.
Efthymia Litsou, 18th place in the 2022 main event.
Nice meeting you.
Hey, a gentleman gets up to bid goodbye to the woman he vanquished. Maybe this guy isn't a gentleman.
Players and fans celebrate Effie's accomplishment. Maybe a side applause for the pay bump. You see where Litsou's finish ranks in the last 6 years.
And our annual reminder, Barbara Enright remains the only woman to make a main event final table in 1995.
Efthymia Litsou out in 18th place here at the main event. The last 7 days must have been an incredible experience, very different from your day job, not as a professional poker player. Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, totally different. I'm an amateur. I haven't played like the main event before, so I'm quite pleased.
What do you think the reaction will be when you get back to work and get back to your family?
I have no idea. I've been in my little cocoon the last few days, so I haven't really been following. I haven't been following the news. I haven't, I've just been talking to my family, so it'll be interesting to see.
Thank you so much. 18th here in the main event, Efthymia Litsou.
A noteworthy seed open at Table B as we hit a pay bump and move to 17 remaining. Well done, Efthymia Litsou. A remarkable run comes to an end on day 7. It's a story we follow each year. Last woman standing, Gail Bowman, had a couple of memorable runs.
I taught her everything she knows, Lon.
Our colleague and member of the Women in Poker Hall of Fame, Maria Ho, has been there, done that.
She'll tell you that I taught her everything she knows.
Attorney main event savant Kelly Minkin is fearless.
Where did she learn to be fearless? What do you think?
And this year, New York exec Efthymia Litsou making the final 2 tables out in 18th.
She was on her own. Never saw her before in my life.
All right, let's take a look at our tournament summary brought to you by Zenni Eyewear. Eyewear for everyone. Average stack over 30 million. 17 remain. Just 9 to make the final table, of course. The stack range at this table from Aaron Duzek's 13 big blinds to the 127 big blinds of Adrian Attenborough. Sue with a raise with ace deuce of clubs. Diaz with king 10 off. In the small blind. And he'll call with a nice chip stack. And there is Jimmy Setna in the big blind. Setna, Jack 10.
Setna is a freight broker making his 2nd straight main event cash. I have never met a freight broker who I did not like.
And what does a freight broker do, Norman?
Brokers freight. Well, what is that, a trick question?
There's the flop. Diaz gets the best of it with top pair. And he checks. Setna missed and he checks to now Sue, the original raiser with bottom pair.
Sue loves to ski, says skiing and poker are similar because of the adrenaline rush. I find the same thing to be true of eating and sleeping.
Sue bets $1.2 million.
Diaz once worked at McDonald's, then a movie theater, then an oil change shop, and then he said, enough is enough, I'm going to play poker full time.
Diaz makes the call with the best hand. Setna looks down at Jack 10 and mucks. Heads up now.
I don't want to use it during the hand. So I don't want to.
Turn card 9 of clubs. Diaz checks again. Likewise for Sue. And Matt Sue runs down Diaz on the river with the ace.
We did, yeah.
Another check from David now.
How long was that?
Okay. Sue so far, from what we've seen, after flopping a full house and then turning quads in one hand, has gotten lucky from behind more than once. Give him the bracelet, Lon.
Ace is up, bets $4.2 million.
And it's a good river card here for Sue. I mean, he just could be repping the ace even if he didn't have it.
Is David Diaz a believer? In his own hand or in Sue's bet? And he does make the call.
Yeah, Diaz didn't buy it, so Sue chips up.
Matt Sue inflates his stack to nearly 58 million. Number 2 on the hit parade right now.
He's a good kid. I forgive his lawyer background.
Diaz still very healthy with 45 million left behind. So Matthew Sue now, one of the big players in the game, getting lucky, as you mentioned, Norman. He's got all the ingredients of a champ. To the other table, action folded to the small blind. Tom Kunza, Jack 10 of hearts. Short stack Kenny Tran in the big blind. Kunza raises big. Tran's gonna call all in with Jack 9.
Thank you.
Good luck, dude.
Well, Kunza started Tran's misery with that 9 on the turn. Now he can end his misery and his main event by completing the knockout right here.
Kenny finished 16th in 07, trying to avoid a 17th place finish now. 2 straight draws, each needing the other's kicker after the flop.
Tran cannot talk his way out of this one.
I think 10 o'clock.
Another ace.
I think 10 o'clock.
Kunza adds a flush draw.
Tran will take any 10.
No 10. The flush for Kunza. The main event over for Kenny Tran.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck, man. Good game, man.
Good job.
The great Kenny Tran is silenced and leaves graciously.
Not a big add to Kunza's stack, but certainly a feather in his cap. And Kenny Tran saying his goodbyes. The always entertaining Kenny Tran never recovered from the pocket jacks and becomes this year's 17th place finisher.
Again? No.
You remind me of a very famous movie star.
Yeah?
Yeah. Boras, you know? No. Very nice.
I feel like there's a common ground between being sympathetic to people when they're all in or like misconstruing how you're being funny.
You have to be a moron to not know that's a joke.
Kenny Tran will be back. We know that. Got a look there at the rebalancing of the tables. Litsou and Tran both busted from table B, so Michael Dweck moved there. A few more eliminations till our next pay bump. 115,000 more guaranteed if you can make it to 13th place.
For such a swingy player with lots of ups and downs, Karim Rebei has kept near the top of the field for 5 straight days, but now he's 15th out of 16.
And the small blind now is he. Matt Sue opened with pocket 7s. Rebei is good with that because he's got aces on the short stack. And there's a 3-bet to 3.1 million, maybe bleeding Sue for a little more.
Well, the 3-bet from the small blind usually signals a big hand. With Rebei, you never know.
Dobrich folds his big blind. So back to Sue with the pocket 7s, big stack.
It's 3.1.
Rebei's begging him.
Yeah, Rebei, by the way, with just less than a pot-sized bet behind.
Of course, every day.
Yep, they got it all in.
Pay me, pay me. Pay me. You can already give the ship.
What's all in the team, guys? Ace.
It's all in.
Of course I have aces.
Oh, this is a nice one. Aces against 7s. Nice hand, bro.
You think you're gonna win?
I don't know.
Oh, he has my suits too. Like 40% of the time. Yeah.
Aces, 7.
This just feels like Bambi meets Godzilla.
I have 7s. 7! 7! 7! 7!
No 7!
9! What? 9!
They are the proverbial black hat versus white hat.
It's a jack.
9!
9 chops, 7 wins.
9!
One guy says pay me, the other shouts 9.
Let's just drop it. 9! 9! Let's go!
Does Sue think the more times you call out a card, the more likely it's going to come?
9!
Rebei doubles with the aces.
Yes! Oh my God.
I told you the aces.
I'm going to be haunted by chance of 9 in my sleep tonight, Lon.
How much is that?
Well, this Rebei Sue battle has been brewing for quite some time now.
Good morning.
Buff?
Of course, bluff. This is not cash game, it's tournament, bro. You should try to change your technique. It will be very fighting, I tell you. Be ready for it. I know Chinese are good for watching Kung Fu. Now it will be Kung Fu. Huh?
Again.
I like you. You have good energy. I like that.
Aces one hand and a double. Pocket sixes in the next hand. And a raise from the button. Dobrich in the small blind. Ace queen. And 3 times the stack as Rebei.
Can Dobrich overcome ace queen? I think only if he mucks it.
Rebei has been a one-man sideshow since we first met him. There's a 3-bet to 10 million from Dobrich. Conniff in the big.
I think I would prefer Conniff in his birthday suit than in this.
He does fold. Rebei 4 bets all in, and there is the call from Dobrich with 2 overs.
Here we go. Dobrich trying to stamp out the back guy.
Rebei always upbeat.
Always the 6.
To be clear, Rebei, not necessarily a bad guy. He just does not make friends at the table.
Well, trying to rebuild his stack. Dobrich has some makeup work to do on his agenda as well.
Rebei will go visit his rail.
Elle va passer, je la sens.
Maybe one will give him a 6. He can slip into the floor. Check his sleeves.
Here we go. Rebei at risk. Dobrich with a Broadway draw.
Oh, Dobrich more than doubles his outs.
Counterfeit outs as well. It's kind of quiet without Kenny Trant calling cards.
Jack isn't fun.
Club.
Turn card now. Boom, a king for Dobrich.
10 or 6. 10 or 6.
Dobrich wins. The entertaining run of Karim Rebei's over.
Good game. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
And what a fabulous run it was for such a fabulous table entertainer.
Matija Dobrich continuing his big day 7 run, this time at the expense of Karim Rebei. A fun player to watch. Best of luck with the secret project, Karim. Time now for our Cuervo Tradicional Cristalino moment of day 7. A Matija Dobrich Karim Rebei flip goes the way of the Croatian Dobrich, perhaps setting up a run to the main event final table. That's tonight's Cuervo Tradicional Cristalino moment. Right now, Kara Scott is with Karim Rebei.
After an incredible show that you put on over the last few days, it's been really interesting watching you with a big stack and then a small stack. What are you going to remember from this event?
I'm going to remember that I had a fantastic experience, first of all. I was card dead for 5 hours. I had a lot of no ways to move every time. I'm very happy for my 2 last hands. It was, for me, a good moment. And yeah, for sure, you always need to be lucky at the moment or another, but I think I was playing okay. I'm very satisfied. I had a good time. I had fun.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to us out in 16.
It's such a thrill to see characters like Zilong Zhang and Karim Rebei make such an impact at the main event.
So with Rebei gone, Aaron Duzak, the clear short stack at the featured table. On his GPI, the Hindenmob Bio board, he runs a business in Canada training loggers to down trees in dangerous places, and he's a fireman. His main event run might be attributed to an unusual source.
So I'm a seafood fanatic. Everybody who knows me knows that. I like the Louisiana-style crawfish seafood boils. Locally here, there's 2 of the best places on the West Coast. You got hot and juicy crawfish and the boiling crab. Now, I'm not a superstitious guy at all. However, for whatever reason, on day 1 of the main event, I went to dinner to hot and juicy crawfish, got messy, had a dinner, wore a brand new dress shirt, and did pretty well. So I decided to do that on day 2. Rinse and repeat, had a good day 2, went back to hot and juicy crawfish. Now we're about 9 days into that. I don't ever want to eat seafood again, but I do have a nice wardrobe now that I didn't have before.
I do have a fondness for Hot and Juicy's catfish po' boy.
You know, they fly in 2,000 crawfish per day from Louisiana. That's big. Duzak all in with ace-queen, ace-8 suited.
I've had fun saying Duzak is trying to fold his way to the final table. Of course, we don't see most of the action, so obviously he is winning hands at some point to make it this far.
Folded to Jeff Farnes, pocket deuces for the cannabis businessman. In the big blind. And calls for about a quarter of his stack. What a call by Farnes to try to knock out Duzak.
Yeah, the Oregon amateur says, let's
queen
go.
against deuces. I get ace queen.
For 30% of his stack.
I get ace queen.
Other Canadian guy.
Look, man.
Apparently we have two Canadians right now. This one and the other one.
Hey, you're welcome for the rail.
Duzak's got quite the rail. And he flops big. Well, big enough for the moment.
Go Canada.
Canada flop.
Farnes is not in a real Canada flop mood.
Praise the queen. Let's hold.
Farnes looking for help, and he does get a gut shot.
5. Deuce 5.
No, I don't think so.
Sure. Deuce.
And double up Canada.
Overkill.
Go, baby.
Canada River.
Go.
6-2.
Duzak now with 20 bigs. He can make that last until Christmas.
Yeah, you got to pick your spots. Aaron doesn't pick
afford
a
it, bro.
lot of spots, but he picks well.
Thanks.
All right, let's get back to stage right. Tom Kunze has the action. Pocket fours. He knows what to do with pocket fours.
He'll have a fondness for pocket fours for the rest of his life.
Kunze with a raise to 1.2 million. Rob Welch folds. Rosen folds his button. Adrian Attenborough, tournament chip leader, ace-9.
These are two guys who we've seen make great calls for their main event lives.
Interesting moments here on day 7 and hand selection, card distribution, willingness to get involved, motivation. Everyone's got a different story. Attenborough telling the story. I got a hand, a 3-bet to 5.6 million.
Attenborough gets feisty from the small blind.
Eames folds his big. Now back to Kunze. And he calls for 4.4 million more. Nice pot brewing. His ace-9 against the pocket fours. And does he know fours are what? Fours full for Kunze.
Well, Kunze will not have difficulty navigating pocket fours in this hand.
Attenborough has the action.
Queensland, Australian native. Likes high stakes cash.
Attenborough follows up on his pre-flop aggression. And now Kunze with the hammerlock on his hand. Just calls. Jack of spades.
Both these fellows really deep stacked. And this is a pretty good board for Attenborough to keep plowing ahead.
Attenborough looks like he wants to plow ahead, Norman. Reaching for those orange chips worth $1 million each. And there is $12.5 million.
If Kunze read Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, then I believe he will slow play this again.
Okay, please explain.
Okay, Lon, don't make me do this to you on national television. I can't explain it to you. You went to UC Santa Barbara. Traffic signals confound you.
There's a call from Kunze. Attenborough not only barking up the wrong tree, it's not his dog, and he's in the wrong forest. River card 5 of diamonds.
That river diamond might slow down Attenborough. He's certainly not going to bluff here again if he read Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath.
Is that the one with the whale in it?
That's Moby Dick, you huckledoodle.
Attenborough receiving the message 5 by 5 after Kunze's call on the turn. So now Tom with the action.
Bet sizing is critical. Both Joseph Conrad and John Steinbeck, as well as Melville, knew this.
All in.
Okay.
That's too much.
Yeah. Yep. Kunze will take it. And there is a new boss in the house. And yes, Virginia, he owes it all to pocket fours. Tom Kunze, the chip leader now on day 7. Back of the main event, presented by the official WSOP free poker app. Aaron Duzak, the short stack at this table, but he's got aces.
I want to give the Lumberjack a little love. Unlike these other stumble bums, he has cashed in Raz at the World Series. He's cashed in Stud. He's cashed in a horse. That means he can play poker, not just 2-card chuckle fests.
Matsu raised with pocket 8s from the button. I love it.
You know, Duzak might have a future in cheap dinner theater.
Oh, here they come. What is Sue to think of this? And there is a trepidatious call with 8s. Dream scenario for Duzak.
It's 12, right? I have 8. He has aces.
Sue keeps running into aces like Justin Bieber keeps running into traffic cops.
Matsu survived the onslaught from Rebei. Now he's got a deal with Aaron Duzak.
I hope so.
And here's the flop. Oh, and Aaron headed for double up city after hitting that ace.
They're not winning this one, baby.
Give a jack or an 8.
Jack. Yeah, Jack. False hope.
Full sweat. Jack or 8.
Jack.
Jack.
Jack. Let's go.
Jack.
Sweat over. Aaron doubles up again.
12, right?
I don't know.
What?
13-9.
13-9, huh?
Sue keeps running into aces like Kim Kardashian keeps running into ex-husbands.
Well, not long ago, Aaron Duzak had just 7 million chips. Don't sit on your laurels, sir. Lumberjack humor, Norman.
Flipping.
Yeah.
Ace, king, 10s. I have ace, king.
Rob Welch with the 10s, all in.
I was talking to amateur Ron Sincere on day 1. He was at Welch's table. Sincere 3-bet with queens. The original Razor pocket 10s folded. Welch called with pocket 3s. The flop 10-7-3. And because of moments like that, Welch is now stalking the final table.
And Welch flopping the 10 to bring his heart rate down.
Card.
Deuce.
Ooh, heart rate back up.
I'll take that. Any mamacitas or? Hey, girl.
Only a queen sends Robert Welch home.
The river card. No mamacita. A safe river. Welch with a little breathing room.
Stacks roll, right?
Your stat will pay him off. Rob Welch no longer the short stack in this short field. It all starts with one double up, right? Yeah, still hanging tight. 15 players here in the main event.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that fight?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
Still very much in the main event, 34-year-old Espen Jorstad. Yes, that brewing science degree is real. I audited that major throughout my years at UC Santa Barbara, Norman. To Jorstad, wow, great way to bounce back after doubling up Welch. Pocket aces under the gun.
And see how quickly his laughter stopped when he was dealt a big hand. He loves the whole beer and craft culture / chemistry / food science thing. I just like a Yingling.
He was the chip leader, now third best at this table. A min raise to 1.6. As you mentioned, the body language said 3x to me, but just the min raise. Kunze now with ace king.
Big stack, big hand, bad time.
Kunze with the 3-bet to 5.2 million.
Yeah, from Jorstad's min raise to a 3-bet from another monster hand. Okay, what's more important, your bet sizing or your coffee? Jeez, put down the cup of Java while you are re-raising.
Jorstad with the aces.
What's that card protector he's got there, Lon?
I believe that's Luigi's brother Mario.
Oh, so he's one of the Mario brothers.
Well, yeah, Luigi's brother.
Oh, right.
Wow. Now, Jorstad getting busy after his original min raise under the gun. Oh my, a 4-bet to 11.8.
Okay, so as you mentioned, from a min raise under the gun to a 4-bet, something is rotten in the state of Denmark or Norway.
Can any pro fold here to this action?
I mean, it's possible. Kunza's pocket aces, pocket kings radar is up.
Nope, here we go.
Yeah, we're all in.
Whoa. What a golden opportunity for Jorstad.
I'll ask this. Did Kunza have to get 54 bigs in pre-flop? I don't know.
This one actually matters.
It does. If Jorstad doubles, he'll have 17% of the chips in play. If Kunza knocks him out, he'll have 22% of the chips in play.
Two fortunes on opposite paths.
Look at that pot, 89 million.
Not so fast, not so fast. Kunza with a Broadway draw.
A glimmer of hope there. Straight draw plus backdoor spades.
Cue the dramatic music. Turn card down. What a hand late in this main event. 8 of diamonds changes nothing.
Nice to feel alive again. Been dead for so long. Feel my pulse.
Only a river 10 would stop Jorstad's pulse.
It's the 7 of clubs. Espen Jorstad with the monster hand at just the right time.
Let's see.
He found a hand, he found a spot, he found a willing partner, and now Espen Jorstad finds himself atop the main event leaderboard. With just 15 players remaining at the 2022 World Series of Poker main event, it's officially bracelet hunting season. And for chip leader Espen Jorstad, a chance at his second of the summer.
Yeah, we're all in. This one actually matters.
The chase for gold continues, complete with a $10 million bonus up top. Survival at a premium here at the 2022 main event, presented by the official WSOP free poker app. I'm Lon McCarron with Norman Chad. At the end of the night, we will reach our final table, setting up the ultimate stretch run to award $10 million and the gold bracelet to our new world champ. Espen Jorstad, a bracelet winner earlier this summer, leads the field with more than 15% of the chips in play.
He grew up out of shape, playing video games all day. Now he is very much in shape, playing big stack bully all day.
Jorstad with a comfortable lead now over second place Mattia Dobrich. Australian Adrian Attenborough just above 50 million.
It is an eclectic international field of 15 left, everyone under 50 years of age, a collection of mostly 30-something pros and older rec players.
Vadim Rosen, current short stack, the only player under 10 million. That leaderboard brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. All right, let's get back to the action. Jorstad, the chip leader, has been folded to him. In the small blind, Queen 7 of spades. Jorstad with a huge double up recently against Tom Kunza.
Hey, what happens if that card protector is bet accidentally? Does it stay in the pot?
Oh yeah, it should, absolutely. Jorstad just decides to limp. Michael Dweck, 23-year-old from Argentina, lives in Fort Lauderdale. We'll check his option.
Boy, I haven't seen a small blind limp since I was upstate at Folsom.
Nothing for nobody. High card rules. Backdoor possibilities for each.
As a kid, Espen says he would play World of Warcraft sometimes 16 hours a day. It was very unhealthy, but he saw video games as an escape from the world.
His queen high checks. Dweck, who almost won a bracelet this summer, came in third in the 10K PLO championship, checks with king high. Dweck strengthens his grip, pairing the 10. Jorstad with a two-way straight draw.
They both like that card. I even like it. The 10 of hearts is so underrated. Is Espen wearing 2 watches?
Huh? Maybe it's one for each time zone that he lives in, maybe. $5.8 million is the bet from Jorstad.
5.8 million to a pot of 2.4. That's like coming to a BYOB party with a case of champagne. It's out of sorts.
To Dweck, who actually hit that 10.
Dweck, youngest player left here at the main event, 23 years of age. I mean, what we have is Jorstad limped from the small blind, checked the flop, and now bombs the turn. If I'm Dweck, I'd be bewildered and be flummoxed.
5.8.
He's going to make this call. It's been a great summer for Dweck. His fifth cash coming in this main event. Over $600K in winnings already without cashing out yet here in the big one. Jorstad comes up empty.
I guess maybe you'd have the second watch in case the first watch stops. That's the smart play.
And what if that fails?
We're in Las Vegas. They got to have a sundial just about every other block.
Yeah, it's called the stratosphere. Wait, what?
What the heck? If Espen did this at a home game, this river would be snap called and everyone would tell me he's an idiot. But at the main event with 15 left, if Dweck folds, Jorstad is a genius.
What a moment he has made for Michael Dweck. Yeah, that's what we're thinking, Michael.
Indeed. If I'm Dweck, it feels like a Rubik's Cube he ain't gonna solve.
I really don't want to believe it. It's so stupid. Why am I so dumb? Why didn't I just fold the turn like a good little boy? I know I'm right too. This is so stupid.
Fold he does.
Dweck knew he should call, but it was for his main event.
I was sure you were going to call, actually.
What?
I was so sure you were going to call, actually. I just felt like he's calling. Like before I bet. Before I jam, I was like, he's calling here. Like, he's not going to believe this.
Yeah, wipe the brow, Espen.
Gangsta over here.
95 million plus. Still 4 chips in play. 25K to the 1 million creamsicle chip. Brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. Jeff Farnes was a chip leader once, now off the virtual final table, but he's used to a good battle.
I wrestled at Southern Oregon University. I had a lot of success. Started at probably the age of 8. The outcome was based on how hard I worked at it. It's a sport that you got to be out there training harder than your opponent. It was individualized, kind of how poker is. You know, you're kind of out there by yourself. You're studying your opponents. You want to try to know a little bit more than what they got going on. Identify how they're playing, how they tackle the game. I'm a jack of all trades. Maybe not a master of none. Who knows if I can win this? Maybe I'll be a master of one, and that would be cool. I'd be okay with that.
He's worked in healthcare and he consults with companies dealing in hemp. Right now he's dealing with Jimmy Setna.
Barnes with the queen jack in the cutoff from under the gun. Setna min raised to 1.6 million with king jack. Farnes makes the call.
Farnes working with just 15 bigs, but opts just to call there.
Now Dobrich, Matija Dobrich, pocket sevens in the small blind.
How did Dobrich not wrestle when he was growing
right?
up? Even I wrestled in junior high, and every guy I lost to looked like Dobrich.
He's going to come along for $1.2 million more.
I thought we might hear from him in the small blind, but he also just chooses to call.
So 3 players, pocket sevens, the benchmark right now. There's the flop. And Farnes flops huge, 3 queens. Dobrich has bested his 32nd place finish from last year's main event. He checks with his sevens. Setna checks after missing.
Farnes was undefeated in wrestling his last 2 years in high school.
Free turn card. Deuce of clubs.
Dobrich might figure he's got the best hand here. The pocket sevens.
Out of position, though. He does check again. Setna, recreational player from Ontario, Canada.
Is he getting shorter? Man, the main event really taxes you.
Yeah, he pokes his head up here and bluffs 2 million.
A lot of pep in his step with a short stack. Setna would be happy to bide right here with only 12 bigs behind. Farnes, of course, is not going to cooperate.
Setna doing Farnes a favor, putting chips in the middle. Just a call, and now Dobrich thinking if nobody has an unlikely queen, maybe I'm good here, as Norman mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he could be thinking check raise. He's got the big stack to back it up.
But just a call. Now, Farnes is loving life right now. Everybody putting chips in the middle. River card, King of Hearts. Setna River's Trouble, pairing his best card.
Yeah, but you know, Setna's got to feel somewhat relieved, perhaps, because that River King might have bailed him out.
Check, check to Farnes now.
And now we will finally hear from Jeff Farnes.
Short stack here. Looking to be a bigger stack. Here it comes. Not much damage done to Dobrich. King's up for Setna.
Setna wondering, could Farnes be bluffing? It seems unlikely. Setna barely has Farnes covered. Does he really want to call off his main event essentially with this king?
Sometimes seeing an opportunity blinds you to the other possibilities.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds smart. Two rec players, one big moment.
Call.
Oh, he does call. Farnes finds a way to ride a magical flop to a double up.
Not out, but bad spot.
Oh, need that one.
No, I'm not all in, but I just
Healthy once again.
I got like a few bigs left. I don't know. Made a bad call.
Yeah, I think Setna will regret that call for a long time.
Thank you, sir. Back at it now.
Farnes won on the mat, now winning on the felt. A takedown of that pot moves him over 30 million chips. Jimmy Setna fell victim to a Jeff Farnes slow play, paying off a big river bet, leaving himself with scraps with just 15 players remaining. In the main event, action on Aaron Duzak from Kamloops, British Columbia. Runs a business training loggers. He's a fireman, and day 7 has been good to him. A raise with ace 7 suited, a min raise. Now Setna.
Doesn't really matter what I have. I'm gonna look anyway. Oh, for the love of God. All right, let's go.
Woo! Let's go.
I got this. I got this. We got a 9 and a 4. We're all in. Hey, we're all in. Yeah. We have a 9 and a 4. Against 9-4. Against an 8 and a 7. I was in the big blind and I had 1.5 blinds back.
8-7, 9-4.
Setna seems pretty bullish about this 9 and 4.
8-7 versus 9-4, but he's only got like 3 bigs.
Stand back, let these Canadians settle it themselves.
I ripped it for like 10 bigs.
He ripped it with
Yeah, he's over it.
ripped it for 4 bigs.
All right. 9. We need a 9 or a 4.
We want a 3. 3 for the sweat.
3. Give him a 3.
Actually, no, 7.
No, I don't. 7's all right. 7's all right.
3. It's 3.
All right. I'm gonna need a 4.
Don't forget about the 9.
Not a 4 or a 9.
Go, here's well.
Duzak wins it. Setna's gone.
Second straight main event cash for the 32-year-old Canadian freight broker.
What do they do?
Broker freights.
Nice score for Setna.
Yo, good game, man.
Yeah.
Ship it. You're a legend, man.
Wow, Ship It, you're a legend. A different vibe than we heard from Josh Aryeh back in 04.
Sedna's elimination leaves 14 players in this main event. The winner will no doubt need to be added to this graphic. A huge year at the World Series. The most impressive accomplishment, certainly, Dan Cates' repeat win in the Poker Players Championship.
I actually think it was the fact that I live called that final table and didn't go to the bathroom once, but that's splitting hairs.
Yeah. 14 remain. Who can stand the heat? Who can bring the heat? Dobrich will not. To Asher Conniff, local pro. Birthday boy today. Jack 9 offsuit, a min raise. Folded to Matt Suit. Big blind, ace 10. Conniff has Sue out chipped.
Like 35 back? I can see it.
Yeah.
My bad. Oh, hey there, buddy. Classic cash game guy.
Sue flops top pair. Conniff, not much.
You know, a couple of times now, Sue looks uninterested when he gets a big piece of the flop. That's a classic amateur tell, but Sue is sort of a pro.
He did check it to Conniff.
Perfectly blunt. The birthday hoodie is not growing on him.
$1 million from Asher. And $1 million from Sue.
So easy to just throw in a chip. It almost feels like just clicking a button online.
Ace is up for Sue now. Conniff gets a little love, turning open-ended. Another check from Sue.
Well, let's see what Asher's 34 years on this planet tell him to do.
Yeah, $4.5 million with some equity.
Sue passed the bar in 2012 and moved to Washington, D.C. to practice law, but he started playing poker once a week, then twice a week, then every day. If more people in D.C. did that, I think the government would operate more smoothly.
Sue contemplating with the best hand. But that is just a call. River card now. Conniff pairs up. While he can't overtake Sue, he can get hurt here.
Sue probably comfortable. He's got the best of it here.
But he checks the third time.
Well, he's content to probably check call. Conniff's hoodie says press play. It should tell him to press stop in this hand. The thing is, the birthday boy missed his straight, and he knows a pair of nines likely will not win at showdown. See if he waves a white flag, though.
Can he shed Sue, though? He's going to try. That is a lucky $7.7 million.
Yeah, betting half pot is not going to shed Sue here.
That one paired. That one did too. There's the call.
Listen.
4 straight calls brings a 30 million chip pot to Matt Sue.
Sue gathering a final table stack.
Birthday bluffs are supposed to work, right? But not this time. It's as Asher Conniff is handing out 14 million gifts to Matthew Sue. Conniff has to get back to the drawing board. What a summer it's been on the Las Vegas Strip for the World Series of Poker's new location. 8663 was the buy-in number for the main event. Tournament summary brought to you by Zenni Eyewear for everyone. Right now, the average stack climbing. It's 37.1. One player enjoying his summer, David Diaz, who, like a few other players we know, loves his sidekicks.
I like going dancing, listening to music, going to the park, going to the gym, hanging out with my dog. I love my dog. Dogs, cats, people.
Okay, yes to dogs, no to cats and people.
Diaz better not fall in love with ace-queen here. Farnes opened the pot with pocket kings, made it 2.3 million. David in the small blind.
The ace-queen in the small blind, say goodbye to 2.3.
Two very even stacks. Farnes with a slight edge. David makes the call. Rosen in the big blind. Steps aside.
For real, my body wanted to take that.
Every pot is big on day 7 of the main event. Oh, wow. Top set for Farnes. Middle pair for Diaz. David out of position as first action. He checks.
Farnes has 6 World Series cashes, all of them in fields of at least 3,800. 5 of them in fields of more than 8,000, including the 2019 Big 50 $500 buy-in event, which had 28,371 entrants. He's a big field master.
I'm doing it again this year in a field of 8,663. A bet of 2.7 million from Farnes.
27.
This is Diaz's 4th time cashing in the main event. He won a no-limit hold'em bracelet in 2011 in a field of 1,340. The only full bracelet holder left here, Espen Jorstad, has half a bracelet.
David not going anywhere with that hand. Does make the call.
Okay, if he went somewhere with that hand, the hand would be dead because you can't leave the table with it.
That's true. Turn guard. Oh, another queen. That is harsh. King's full for Farnes. Diaz turns trip queens, and he's almost drawing dead.
Yeah, his best card is his worst card, and he is drawn dead to the last queen in the desert.
Yeah, maybe Jack.
Farnes saying, come on, bring all you want, David.
And David is going to lead out here.
And with 4 million chips.
Farnes and Diaz with almost identical stacks. Farnes has him barely covered. So we are watching the final moments of David Diaz's 2022 main event. By the way, in the 2019 World Series event with 28,000 entrants, Farnes cashed in 1,752nd place. I think he finishes in the top 1,500 if he plays just a little better.
Just a call from Farnes. River card. Another deuce. David now with queens full. The dark clouds are overhead.
Diaz is loving it. Although his ace no longer plays, only 3 hands beat him. Pocket kings, king queen, or pocket deuces.
Farnes holds one of those hands. David Diaz. Feeling good about his hand, as you mentioned, Norman. And he puts out 7 million chips.
And Diaz looking for a call, but he's going to need a call for help after Farnes raises him. And Farnes loving it. Only 2 hands beat him. Pocket queens or pocket deuces.
Diaz wondering, what are you up to? And thank you.
Come on.
Wow, as mentioned, he has Diaz covered.
I don't think Diaz expected an all-in. Really, he's thinking?
I'm an idiot.
No, I'm the idiot, David. The best you can do is place.
Wow.
Give him credit. I would have called already.
Exactly. David Diaz now with second thoughts about his hand.
What do you have?
I can't see him getting away. And the thing is, if Diaz were to fold here, he'd only be left with 15 bigs. This is for his main event, but I don't see anyone folding queens full in this spot. Heck, Farnes could even have the same hand, you know, ace queen, or maybe the suited queen, you know, queen jack, queen 10.
David Diaz is so good to even be thinking this long about getting rid of his hand.
Yeah, when he finally calls here, I would give him half his chips back just for thinking this seriously that he's beat.
Decent hand, man.
Well, we might be here a while. We are going to step away, take a quick break, and come back for David Diaz's decision. Welcome back. David Diaz still in the tank. What a huge decision. He just rivered queens full. Jeff Farnes had turned kings full and just raised David all in.
Yeah, this is for his main event. If he calls, he is gone. He's taken so long. Aaron Duzak took the rest of the table to hot and juicy crawfish. Oh, he looked like he was about to call there.
Same hand?
Very possible. But hey, Farnes knows his rights. He does not have to answer.
Club.
Oh, he folded.
Wow.
Wow.
That hero fold was as captivating as any hero call.
I played that hand.
Farnes stacks the pot, but he should have all of Diaz's chips.
I was ready to celebrate David Diaz and his payout, and he's still here. Payouts brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. Diaz still has chips. He could make the next pay bump worth 115 grand with one more knockout. To the other table, chip leader Espen Jorstad now in the black hoodie, ace deuce of diamonds, early position.
The suited ace, and of course the cup of coffee.
Min raise now, 2 million is the min raise. Kunza, short stack, ace 9.
Yeah, if not now, then when? He's down to 6 bigs.
Now it is. Anybody else? Anybody else? Eames.
6 million, right?
Yeah, folds back to Jorstad. Makes the call.
Chump change to Jorstad.
He took most of Tom's chips in a monster aces versus ace-king showdown. Now he wants the rest of Kunza's stack.
Jorstad, a Norwegian living in London, England. Kunza, a German living in Vienna, Austria. And I am a native of Washington, D.C., living in Sin.
Kunza ahead with a stronger ace. Now a gut shot.
Clean flop for Kunza.
Jorstad looks at peace. Turn card. Jorstad pairs up. Suddenly, Kunza needs a saving river card.
Dirty turn for Kunza. Kunza needs a jack or a 9 or he is whamboozled.
And let the whamboozling begin. Not to be for Kunza out in 14th.
Good game, dude. Good luck.
Good game, buddy.
Good luck, man.
Well played.
It was a very well played main event for Tom Kunza.
Good game.
He'll own the last payout at $410,000. David Diaz gets the pay bump.
Good game.
He did leave his main event mark with those pocket fours, but came up short when it mattered most. Espen Jorstad continues to roll at this 2022 main event. Diaz folds a full house. Kunza can't hold against ace-deuce. The main event never disappoints, always full of twists and turns. Welch shoves with ace-10. Adrian Attenborough calls with kings.
An ace. One time.
The 49-year-old amateur has really hung tough. Welch, the oldest player left in the field.
King's still good for Attenborough. A couple of diamonds for Welch. Attenborough vaulted into the chip lead with kings against the aggressive, persistent, bluffing Matija Dobrich earlier. Another diamond on the turn. Flush draw for Welch.
You want the diamond, though. You want the diamond. It's just more for his sake. If you want to bust WSOP now, absolutely nothing.
So Welch now needs an ace or any diamond other than the king.
I want to win.
The river card
I would like to go to bed sometime tonight.
is a diamond. Sportscaster's gift. The master plumber flushes away the pocket king.
The crowd goes wild. Might have to start paying people to be on my
9.9.
Robert Welch looking for a rail. He deserves one. Seems like no one in this room happy with that river other than Welch.
So 13 remain. Final table, 9-handed. As mentioned, David Diaz made that last pay jump. Extra 115 grand in his pocket. And speaking of pocket, he's got pocket sevens.
How is Diaz still here? That amazing fold with queens full.
And he's almost all in. A $500,000 chip left behind.
Yeah, he leaves that 500K chip back. I don't like it, but I get it. Makes sense.
Natsu, ace-9 on the button. He's got the stack to experiment here.
And he has a 5 behind, right? What?
He's not.
Yeah, old school players don't do that, leave one chip behind business. And Diaz feels old school. This is just for less than 10% of Sue's stack if he wishes to call.
And I do believe he wishes to call. He does.
Yeah, good luck for you.
From the button. Now Farnes folds his small. Duzak.
Not today.
Not today. So here we go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Never mind.
Diaz ahead with the sevens.
Still applicable luck.
Yes, I still wish everybody luck.
Here's the flop. And Sue with trip aces.
And so it goes for David Diaz. Man, he played well to get here.
Puts the 500K in. And so officially he is at risk. It looks like he's ready to go. Can he find a miracle 7?
2 shots at it.
Third card. A 6.
Good time to use it one time if you ever have one.
Yeah. Diaz doesn't bother with one time. He is old school. Just bring it.
River card. Not a 7. David Diaz out of here. What a run.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, Diaz goes out proudly.
Yeah.
Sue with a monster stack.
I opened.
What?
Would you have the hand I opened
Ace
under a
king.
gun? Ace king. That's the hand I messed up. Yeah.
Quality poker player, a quality person. Well done, David Diaz.
Later. You're playing better.
Now the field gets one shorter. Matsu gets that much richer. Well-deserved accolades for David Diaz. He gave us a beautiful moment in that amazing fold against Farnes. Right now he is down with Kara Scott.
And we've lost David in 13th place. What I really do want to talk to you about instead, though, is that incredible fold that you made. And a lot of people have watched it at this point and they've seen what you folded. How do you feel about playing that well this deep in the main event?
Thought I played okay. Played a little bit exploitive, but people were playing bad, so I was trying to take some spots that are value, and I thought I played okay. Felt like I should have just shoved a jack-9 of diamonds and just got it over with, but, and again, I was just doing weird. I don't know.
How long do you think it takes to kind of shake off this sort of a feeling at the end of a tournament like this?
It's over. Nothing I can do about it.
Thank you.
Glad I got a nice run in.
We're glad we got to watch you play. Thank you so much.
David Diaz doing it right, enjoying the run for what it was. Indeed, a pleasure watching him play the main event. Back at the 2022 main event presented by the official WSOP free poker app. While we were away, Philippe Suki and Adrian Attenborough had a fun run out. Suki in the black hat, 33-year-old British pro at risk.
Not good. I feel like I'm just going to keep losing them. I don't think I'm meant to win all-ins today, honestly.
This is so unreal, dude. This is, everybody turns 30% or 40% equity. It's unreal.
It's every time.
It's so stupid. Everyone turns 30% equity minimum. It's unbelievable.
I'll tell you, Attenborough should use his one time not to see running diamonds ever again.
All right, get back to the
Watch
table.
out, guys.
Chipley,
This guy's getting
spend
hot.
your stat with the ace-king. Offsuit. Can't get over his master's in brewing science. I love it.
Well, that means you go to happy hour every day and they give you a degree.
Why not? A raise to $2 million, a min raise. Around to Attenborough, he says no thanks. John Eames, big blind, ace-9 of spades.
Very defensible hand here for the 33-year-old British pro. You know, when Eames orders breakfast, I assume he just writes it down. I don't think he speaks until at least 2:30 in the afternoon.
He will take on the boss stack. 2 London residents squaring off. Eames was born there. Eames with middle pair to take the lead.
Yeah, well, if they were roommates, it's possible they could go a year without talking to each other.
Eames checks. Check, check to see the ace for both on the turn. Eames with aces up, hoping Jorstad has something, and he does.
Eames says he likes to stay calm and even-keeled at the table. No surprise there.
Eames checks.
Jorstad, a very strong theoretical background. He'll sometimes live inside a solver for several days, and trust me, there's not that much room inside of a solver. It's tight quarters.
Pot size bet of $5 million from Espen.
Yeah, he likes top pair, top kicker.
5, yeah.
5, yeah. That's a speech by Eames standards.
Eames with the best of it.
Eames equally tough in the online and live worlds. He eyes his stack, 23 bigs behind.
All in.
And a check raise, all in.
All in is even a better speech.
Oh.
Jorstad hasn't invested all that much into this pot. I would be surprised if he walks away from it.
Average stack 43 million. Eames started this hand well below that. It's like he knows.
Yeah, that side tells me he knows. You know, like, that side says I might be beat, but can I really fold top pair, top kicker?
No, he cannot, and truth be revealed. Yeah, I was right that I was wrong, Jorstad says.
And I think, I'm guessing, Eames is pleased.
Jorstad, not so much.
Jorstad with 6 outs to bust Eames, a king or a 10. Either card, I presume, would leave Eames speechless.
The river card, the 8 of hearts, and John Eames doubles through the big stack.
23, 475.
How much is that?
15.
Oh boy, a lot of creamsicles changing hands. Eames will count out over 52 million now in his holdings.
Eames showing the emotions of a caterpillar.
Play taking much longer than originally anticipated, as happens when it's time to play down to the final 9.
Do we get a dinner break soon? Or
now they're asking about a dinner break, but to be more specific, they're asking maybe about a second day 7 dinner break because, Norman, they've been at it for so long.
Oh yeah, it's a post-midnight early breakfast break.
All in.
Rosen is all in with a suited ace, the new short stack with Diaz gone.
The man in the hat puts his last 11 bigs in.
First one's good, bud.
Oh, second one's good.
Oh, second one's paint. How much?
11.
Aaron wants to bust another fellow Canadian.
Oh my God.
Ace king, ace 10.
The Canadian engineer at risk. Duzak told us, I have never run this good my whole life. I have just been running pure, and here he is, poised to knock out Rosen.
A great day 7 for Rosen. His previous all-time best live cash, 24 grand. Yeah, he's going to be really happy no matter what happens. 2 spades. Duzak still holds the axe though with ace king.
4 of diamonds. 4 of diamonds. There you go. Chop it with the deuce.
1 time.
Are you calling the 1 time?
1 time.
Another tray.
I don't know if I can handle this chop. Yeah, this is. I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm feeling chop.
For Rosen, a queen or a 5 to chop, a spade or a 10 to win.
It is a river 7 of hearts, and that will be the final river card for Vadim Rosen in this main event.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, wonderful table presence. I'm going to miss the man in the hat.
12th place, over $500,000 US.
No sweaty says.
Yeah, meanwhile, this guy's got 52 million chips, folding 97% of his hands.
Well done, Vadim Rosen. He'll be back to work next week and have a lot to talk about. Rosen did what he had to do.
Oh my God.
Duzak did the same thing with a chip settled. Well, only 11 standing still at the main event. We are creeping up on the main event final table bubble. If you don't remember all those names, don't worry, you're not alone. Finishing 10th here often is forgettable to most folks, except the one player, of course.
Mike Ruan just missed back-to-back final tables.
All right, on the button, 6-handed table, big stack Espen Jorstad. Ace king again, this time it's suited.
I'm beginning to think Jorstad prizes his coffee more than the main event bracelet.
He raises to 2.4 million. Michael Dweck on the button, folds to Rob Welch in the small blind.
All right, let's do it. It's meant to be.
He wants to do it. All in, king 5 of diamonds. Attenborough
All
folds
in.
is big. And here we go.
Oh, you're on dead. Yuck. I need a 5.
Welch dominated.
Put 3 diamonds right on the board and get it over with.
Running diamonds kept Welch alive, all in versus Attenborough.
Okay.
Jorstad poised to knock off another.
King 5 of diamonds. Ace king of clubs.
There's the flop. Jack high, 1 diamond.
That sets up running diamonds.
And now it's going to be like 6 of diamonds every time.
6 of diamonds, yeah. 6 of diamonds. Great.
I mean, it's never not a diamond. He gets like at least a gut shot.
Queen of spades.
Whoa.
Oh, no worries, Espen. His gutter is no good.
That's a useless one now.
5.
Nah, I'm actually quite bullish.
The master plumber needs a river 5.
It's a river 6. Jorstad good. Rob Welch completes the greatest run of his poker life.
Yeah, Welch impressively hung around for a long time.
Recreational player from Massachusetts came to play with the best, showed he belonged. Main event is built on players such as him. And Espen Jorstad gets even stronger.
Thank you so much. Thank you for winning that all in.
Yeah.
I was like,
Someone else take the next one and then we go home.
no, you can win the next one. Well, since you broke it, you can have both.
Okay.
I don't know who. Maybe I guess I'm talking about you, but
Please.
I like you.
Please.
Actually, the tournament staff has just decided to start the final table day with 10 players.
Indeed, they just made that announcement. All 10 will come back for the final 2 days of play.
So we have an unofficial final table. And oh my goodness, look, the other John Eames back there.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
This is sick.
What a moment for these guys. Putting action. Nice birthday present for him.
Wow.
So the final 10 here, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. And how about this? A tie for the lead with Jorstad and Sue. Dobrich in 3rd place. Philippe Suki is the short stack.
One more elimination, and we will have our official final table.